Dave and Rebecca's new home was in the picturesque hamlet of Tegrin, Pembrokeshire. It was a world away from their semi near Birmingham. Dave had taken a year off work to do the build, and the family had already survived their first winter in a tiny caravan on site. Designer and architect George Clarke followed their progress.
One of the main reasons why you must have picked this place is location. I mean, this is beautiful. And you're from here, aren't you?
I'm from about 20 miles up the coast, near Newquay, so I've always wanted to come back.
So why Wales? I mean, why did you make that big move?
I was always into sort of coming over to Wales. I mean, I met Becca 10 years ago and I cycled over from Birmingham to Wales. I mean, I've always loved it in the countryside. It's just got everything. I mean, we think it's healthier. You know, we're half an hour away from the beach, so you can't really complain about that.
So what kind of world are you escaping from?
City, really, isn't it? You're escaping from the traffic, you know, the hustle and bustle.
Sitting on the A45 for 45 minutes instead of driving around Pembrokeshire.
The sheer amount of concrete.
So how long have you had this dream for?
10 years.
Yeah, ever since we met, really, I suppose. We've always wanted to live down here.
After 10 years of dreaming, Dave and Rebecca had found an amazing property with an acre of land that sat in its own wooded glade. Originally a village hall, the barn was completely derelict.
That is beautiful, isn't it? That's fantastic.
It's impressive, isn't it?
Needs a little bit of work.
A little bit.
A bit.
Tell me, why did you go for this house? What made you?
Well, we were actually lost, weren't we, travelling around, and we just braked hard,
place.
saw this place, and I think it's just the quality of the building, the slate arches. It's just so pretty, so quaint looking.
If you don't mind me asking, how much did you pay for it?
108,000.
108. Well, shall we take a look inside?
Yeah, definitely.
I really want to see it. Come on, let's go.
The barn might have looked like a wreck, but Dave and Rebecca had been hard at work for the last 6 months. So far, all they'd done was rip stuff out.
Wow, look at this. So you've basically got a L-shaped plan, isn't it?
Yes.
It's quite elegant.
Yeah.
This needs a lot of work.
It does.
So do you want to run through the layout with me, just roughly what you envisage doing with the place?
This will be the living room.
So your living room comes all the way through here to this back wall, and then you're saying it might just turn around that corner a little.
Another wall just slightly indented there, I think.
Okay.
Dave and Rebecca wanted to transform the barn into a beautiful rustic family home and keep as much of its original character as possible. They were going to use natural materials throughout to give a traditional country look. The ground floor would be left as a huge L-shaped kitchen living room. Upstairs would be the main bathroom. And off a light-filled corridor, there would be 3 bedrooms for the kids. Beyond them, the spacious master bedroom would have a high-vaulted ceiling and uninterrupted views across the Pembrokeshire countryside. Part of the dream was to get a great home without a huge mortgage so they could afford a quieter life. Dave and Rebecca borrowed £100,000 to buy the property. They wanted to spend as little as possible on the conversion.
So the crunch for me is, because it looks like there's a lot of work in there, as well as out here, is the budget. So when you sold your place in Birmingham, how much money did you take away with you?
We walked away with 36,000, didn't we? 8,000 then we had to put towards buying this place. So that was straight down to 28,000.
Right.
I mean, initially getting set up here with a static caravan probably blew away another 2,500. So that's at 25 and a half, yes.
And is that your fixed budget now?
That was it when we started.
How much have you got left?
No.
I don't know.
I'd say about 12,000.
I just don't know.
Kidding? Are you winding me up?
No, no.
You've got 12 grand? To finish that barn? 12 grand.
The thing is, what else can we do?
Well, we knew we wouldn't have enough money and we wouldn't have bought it if we'd looked at how much money we didn't have. So we just
we wouldn't have entered
anyway.
into this if we'd looked at the facts, you know, quite
okay.
cold and clinically. We've got no choice, we have to continue.
But with no building experience and such a small budget, this was going to be a massive challenge.
Well, it's taken us 10 years, really, to get close to doing something like this. It would be terrible if we couldn't actually follow through on it.
It had been 6 months since Dave and Rebecca Palfrey and their 2 kids left the hustle and bustle of Birmingham to pursue their dream of living in rural Wales. Dave had taken a year off work to convert this derelict barn into their family home. Their only income was from Rebecca's part-time job as a speech therapist.
Bye. Bye. Have a good day.
Bye. Bye.
Come and have a little rest.
During the week, Dave was a house husband, looking after 2-year-old Tom and 4-year-old Ellie in their caravan on site.
I can certainly guarantee that I get nothing done in the daytime when I've got the children. They require full-time attention. You know, even when I've just got Tom, really, there's just no time to actually do anything. At the very most, you'd achieve, you know, 1 phone call or something.
Spending more time with the kids was all part of Dave's dream. But the build was progressing slowly. So far, he had installed mains water and gas and ripped out the interior walls and floors. But this work cost much more than Dave expected, leaving them with just £12,000 of their original budget.
We knew we didn't have enough money when we started, really, but we didn't realise it would run out quite this quickly. We've had big chunks go out for connecting water, and sewerage has to be pumped, which we didn't anticipate.
Dave was optimistic the remaining money would get them into the barn, but with doors and windows to fit, the electrics and plumbing to install, and a leaky roof to patch, it was a tall order. Dave's next job was to lay 200 square metres of new floorboards. It was a mammoth task, but Dave wanted to do everything on this build himself.
I just get absorbed in the work, and that I just like to see the progress. As long as I'm doing that and I feel like I'm making progress, I stay motivated.
The barn was a labour of love for Dave, but juggling the build with childcare meant he was averaging less than 20 boards a day. Still, 3 weeks later, the floorboards were in, and Dave went straight on to the electrics, an even more specialised job.
I wouldn't say I'm absolutely 100% confident, and then if you get a final check, you know, before we use it properly, then you say, I can't see why you wouldn't be safe, really. Touch wood.
After installing the electrics and floorboards, Dave was left with just £8,000 of his budget. It was barely enough to build a conservatory, let alone tackle a whole derelict barn. This have-a-go attitude was all very well, but Dave and Rebecca's finances were looking desperate. Their new life in Wales was in jeopardy, and only a miracle could keep them going. And at the end of June, that's exactly what they got.
Now, Dave, tell me, you've been thrown an absolute lifeline.
I mean, it's only because we've worked on the garden and cleared it, which is something most people wouldn't do given the amount of work we've got to do on the barn. But we've been in there sort of just clearing it to get the place established. And in clearing it, it suddenly looks huge. A local bloke's come up to us and said, would you sell me that bit of ground down there? And I said, oh, what for? You know, he said, well, it's a potential plot. Yeah.
So you could actually put a house on there?
Yes.
How much is that land worth now without planning?
I mean, probably about £1,000 if you were lucky and somebody wanted it. Obviously, with a permission, I think you're looking at least 50,000 sort of thing.
£50,000?
Yeah, unbelievable.
But that's incredible. Things. So when you bought this barn, you didn't have a clue that potentially you've got a piece of land as part of that land worth 50,000 quid.
That's right. Yeah.
If you get planning.
Yeah, if we get planning.
It was an amazing development, but it all hung on getting planning permission for the plot. One of their reasons for moving to Wales was to become part of the community, so Dave and Rebecca took a day off from the build to help at the village fair.
We wanted to move to a small village because we wanted to move somewhere where we'd know all the people that lived within our community, and we've definitely got that here. We're getting to know a lot of the people, and we didn't have much of that where we were. We knew our immediate neighbours, but nobody else really.
If we can actually get here in our house, you know, with the environment, with the schools, with the community spirit, we've got everything we want really, and I get a sense of comfort in that for the children. Are you just watching, Tom? Do you want some water?
Dave and Rebecca were enjoying their new life in Wales, but 2 months came and went, and there was still no decision from the planning office about the plot. Rebecca's income of £1,100 a month wasn't enough to live on, and each day that passed, their living costs were eating further and further into their meagre savings. With just £5,000 left, their future hung in the balance once again.
But it seems like week by week, there's a huge challenge for you.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you keep your enthusiasm there when that's happening every single week?
Dave's quite good at doing that. He'll just get on with it, and he switches off from everything else. He'll just get on with the job, and he'll just keep going as long as I feed him.
Do you not think people might think you're quite naive? All that financial risk, all the building work being done by Dave with no experience.
I don't know that we're naive, because I think we've looked at the possible consequences and decided that we'll take the risk anyway. We didn't think that we'd buy it and everything would be fine. We thought we'd buy it and hopefully we'd finish it and not have to sell it.
And if this planning approval comes through, it's all fine, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll be very lucky if the planning approval comes through. We didn't know that was there when we bought it. So really that would save us. I mean, if it doesn't come through, we're in the situation, you know, the worst case scenario that we thought we'd risk, which would be selling it probably.
With so little money left and so much to do, even the ever-optimistic Dave was beginning to worry.
Well, it's taken us 10 years, really, to get close to doing something like this. It would be terrible if we couldn't actually, you know, follow through on it and be sitting here in a settee and have the whole place out like we've been imagining it, and be a great shame, really.
Money was so tight they couldn't afford to buy any materials, and work on the barn ground to a halt. Desperate to break the deadlock, Dave decided to apply for a loan. It would increase their debt, but also give them a fighting chance of saving their dream.
We're applying for £20,000, and we hope that we'll be able to do some major things on the barn. I mean, if we can do that, we're well on our way to getting the place sorted out. Yeah, fantastic. They've given us the loan, amazingly. So we've got some money at last. They put the money straight into the account, so we've got the whole £20,000 there.
So you've got this £20,000 loan. Can you afford the repayments on that?
Well, not at the moment in terms of month by month. We're probably using some of the loan to meet the repayments.
Really?
But it's because really we need the time. So if we're working all the time to pay the loan off, we're not getting the barn done. So we're trying to just get a happy medium where there's enough time to do the barn and we're kind of just about meeting the repayments.
But have you budgeted what you're going to spend that money on?
Well, we hope that it will cover the main costs of getting the place contained, get the roof done, get the doors and windows sorted out, get the ground floor done. I mean, look, some things are unknown. You know, the cost of the doors and windows. I mean, quotes vary. You know, and we haven't pinpointed exactly what we're going to have to pay yet for the window, and that's going to be a big expense.
Surely you've got to pin down exactly how much you're going to spend to get this building wind and watertight.
Yeah, I think I could. I mean, we have really, haven't we, listed the what we think are the main expenses.
So when you sat down with your little list and priced everything out, what did it come to?
18,000,
something like that,
something like that. But obviously that's going to be less than it really does come to.
I mean, all the way along, it's the fact we've tried to put ourselves in a position where we've got a fighting chance with hard work. You know, that's what we've tried to do, isn't it? So we've still got a fighting chance of it working.
You have just got a fighting chance, but I don't think I've ever met anyone that's cut it this fine before. You couldn't cut it finer than that. I mean, there's no tolerance here, and I'm not sure whether I'm really accounting for your inexperience as well.
Dave and Rebecca were hoping the loan would get them into the barn by the end of November. As they were using the loan to pay off the loan, speed was of the essence. First, Dave began fixing the leaky roof. But again, he was doing the work himself instead of bringing in the professionals. He got a few pointers from the guy who was delivering the roof tiles.
The idea is that this slate rib goes under the slate until it locates these nails. Hopefully either cuts them or it drags them out by hitting this sort of slate rib. There's a nail. And then this one, this strap here, is going to go down into that batten between the two slates. Pull the tape back over. How's that?
Lovely, perfect.
Half an hour later, and Dave was a fully fledged roofer.
It feels great to get some progress, you know, just to work at it and just see things moving again. And we've only got about 8 weeks now before probably the weather will turn, and we're quite high up here, so it'll get pretty damp. And we need to contain the whole building, really. The roof obviously being a main part of it.
Dave worked into the night and got the job done. At least the roof was on, but there was still a lot of work to do. The couple desperately needed planning permission for their half-acre plot of land. Their application went in 3 long months ago, but at last they heard back from the planning office. Their entire future rested on the decision. Rebecca hot-footed it to the council offices for the verdict.
We can't think of any reason why we shouldn't get it. But then you think, well, we don't really know what the ins and outs of why they grant planning permission, so I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to know either way. Fed up of waiting. At least if we know we're not having it, then we can plan for not having it. And if we do get it, then it'll be even better, really.
I'm feeling very nervous. It just, it just transformed my existence, really, getting the plot. It's just like, like winning the pools.
Rebecca promised Dave she wouldn't open the letter until she got home.
Well, you can see through it, but I've resisted the temptation to read through the paper.
If we don't get it, I think, well, we have to sell it, really. We have to sell the barn. No choice. You got it? Big, isn't it? That is good or bad? You read it.
Hold that.
Thanks.
Ooh. Outline planning permission has been granted.
Oh,
there you go.
Fantastic. Saved.
There you go.
Saved.
Good.
Brilliant. Well done.
Treading on my foot.
Just feel a numb, don't you? Really weird.
Yeah, it's strange.
This was a huge potential windfall for Dave and Rebecca. Desperate for the money, they called in an estate agent to get the plot valued. Dave was hoping it was worth £50,000.
Hello, Philip.
Hello, David. How are you again?
Not too bad. How are you? You all right?
Not too bad, thanks.
Nice to be good.
Nice to see you again.
What do you think?
Value-wise, I mean, you know yourself, the plots aren't, you know, they're few and far between. So I think realistically, you could be looking at anywhere from 90 to 110.
Blimey, that's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a lot. Wow. So if we put it on the market, tidy it up, put it on the market, how would it be quick selling, or would it take months and months?
It shouldn't take months and months, David, because there are so few and far between. I reckon you'd sell it fairly quickly.
Great. Yeah, good news. Oh, that's great. Thanks for that. You cheered me up.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, I just can't. I can't believe those two figures I've just heard. Really. I can't believe he said 90 to 110. Just completely shocked me. I'm gobsmacked. And what was it? 10 months ago we bought the barn with a 100,000 mortgage, and the plot could pay that off in theory. I mean, if we got £100,000, completely transform our existence. I don't get it. It's amazing.
It was great news, but without a sale and the money in the bank, nothing had changed. And the next few months were going to test this couple to the limit.
But it could turn into a nightmare, so that's what I'm afraid of. Or you could, end up going right down about it, and that's just not something we can do.
The bedroom for the visitors here, Ellie, and then your bedroom is going to be right up the other end.
Rebecca and Dave Palfrey were trying to turn this wrecked barn near the South Wales coast into a family home. Dave was forging ahead, spending the last £5,000 of their budget so they could move in by the end of the month. To make the barn livable, he needed to lay the concrete slab on the ground floor.
A little bit apprehensive about the concrete going in, but and I wish I hadn't had this last bit of last-minute preparation to do, but should be nice when the concrete slab goes in.
It was another DIY first for Dave. To ensure all went smoothly, Dave's father-in-law and best friend were on hand to help out.
What, Jerry? What's that end bit? Is that can't see the end. Are we the most amateurish people you've seen?
But Dave's inexperience meant he'd forgotten to weigh down the wooden planks that ensured the concrete stayed level.
I don't think whether it will level or not.
With no way to fix a level, Dave was in danger of ending up with a sloping floor.
I think my welly is a bit too big for me.
I think because it's quite wet, the wood floated up. The wood we wanted to level it with floated up out of it. So as soon as any concrete got underneath, obviously the levels were all wrong.
To avoid having to dig it all out and start again, Dave was trying to level the floor by hand.
That's gone up in the air a bit, is it?
It was a race against time to get it level before the concrete set. It was touch and go, but it looked like Dave might have just got away with it.
It looks good. I think it'll be nice to walk on there at that height, because it is actually the proper floor, isn't it? Superb.
The build was progressing, but there was bad news about the plot. After just a couple of viewings, there was a dramatic slowdown in the property market.
The housing market is plummeting. New figures today showed that house prices in September dropped for the third month in a row.
Days turned to weeks, and interest in the plot dried up completely. With no sale in sight, Dave was rapidly running out of money. In desperation, he stopped work on the ground floor. He decided to focus the last £4,000 of his budget on making the upstairs habitable.
So Dave, what's your plans going to be for repair?
It'll be open plan, apart from a small section. I mean, over here, I think what we'll do is actually do a compartment. Yeah, just there with the toilet, sink and bath.
So as basic as it is,
yeah,
with, your toilet, your sink, your bath down the end,
yeah,
your entire open plan living,
yeah,
a couple of windows in.
Yeah. Be good, wouldn't it?
It's quite a lot to do, though. I mean, when's that going to be done for?
Well, we hope at the latest, a couple of weeks before Christmas. We might get in here and think, goodness, what have we done?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, we might do that. It's awful. But
and if you come and have a look down here, right?
Yeah.
from that doorway all the way through here, round to here, you've got to do all the lime rendering on all the walls. You've got to sort all the windows out. You've got to get some plumbing in and a toilet. You've got to get yourself somewhere to cook. That's still quite a lot to do.
The best we can do, as always, is just to work as hard as we can, try to achieve that.
So the pressure's back on, isn't it? You've got to make this place habitable for the kids by Christmas.
Yeah.
To have a chance of meeting his new deadline, Dave needed doors and windows. He paid a professional to install them.
With a bit of luck and dedication, it's going to go.
Of course, I'll wait until Mark's on before I tell her, then I'll pretend that I did it. Hey, that's nice, isn't it? Lovely.
The windows fitted perfectly, and they went in just a few hours.
I mean, seeing the windows in now and having that door at the end, I mean, getting more natural light through that door just makes you another step closer to seeing it as you know, livable.
Dave was as upbeat as ever, but the carpenter was not so confident the barn would be ready by Christmas.
Obviously, putting the windows and doors in the top part has made a big impact, and obviously closed it in for him to sort of carry on the next stages. But he has got a lot of work to do, and whether he'll manage it all, I don't know.
It was now the end of November. If Dave was to get in by Christmas, he had to install heating and sanitation. He also needed to plaster the interior walls to insulate the building. But instead of a conventional plaster, he was using lime render. It would give Dave the rustic look he was after, but this traditional material took 3 times as long to apply and cost twice as much to buy. And they only had £3,000 left. 3 days later, and Dave had made little progress. His refusal to compromise was beginning to jeopardise the build.
I hadn't really allowed for such a time-consuming job. You know, I'm beginning to think, how long is this actually going to take? You know, can we still get in for Christmas? That's the thing.
But in the run-up to Christmas, there was dramatic news for the couple that changed everything.
Yes, we've got some good news. We've got Becca's pregnant again, hopefully for the last time. And but it's good. I mean, it's nice to have 3 children, sort of thing. Obviously, we've got a lot on our plate at the moment, but we're hoping things will pull together by the time this one comes along, and it's due June the 12th. Yes. But we're both excited about it. Ellie's excited about it.
Do you want another baby, Ellie?
It was great news, but all thoughts of moving into the barn had now been put on hold.
I don't want the hassle of moving at the moment, particularly, because I don't feel particularly healthy at the moment. So in a way, I'd rather stay here because I feel sick and various things that you do when you're pregnant, so I'd rather wait a little while anyway.
Dave and Rebecca were resigned to Christmas in the caravan. This build had been a real slog for the couple, and they were nowhere near completion. But still, Dave's optimism kept them going, albeit slowly.
But it could turn into a nightmare, so that's what I'm afraid of. Or you could, end up going right down about it, and that's just not something we can do. It just wouldn't help, and we haven't got the time to do that.
By the beginning of February, Dave had finally finished the lime rendering. He was now busy installing the roof lights on the first floor, but the barn still had no heating or sanitation. With just £2,000 of the budget left and a plot no closer to selling, the build was close to collapse. Dave and Rebecca took a dramatic step to save their dream. Using the plot as collateral, they secured a £50,000 loan. Dave had taken a huge financial gamble to get them into the barn in 8 weeks before their baby was born. But he was still doing all the work himself. To hit this optimistic deadline, Dave needed help.
Just recap the financial situation. You've got a mortgage of how much?
100,000.
100,000. You then took out a loan, didn't you?
A loan of 20,000.
Of 20,000.
Yeah.
You've got 120,000 pounds worth of borrowing. You've now got another loan of 50,000 pounds on top.
Yeah.
So you're quite heavily steeped in debt, aren't you?
Well, we are. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
What's really admirable is that you've taken on all the work yourself. You've set yourself the challenge of building this entire place on your own.
Yeah.
But that's why it's taken so long, and that's why you've run out of money. How are you going to do it differently to get this place finished in 8 weeks?
Well, speed-wise, I mean, I think we've saved a lot of money doing it ourselves, but I mean, speed-wise, I think we might have to get some help to do it. It depends. I mean, this has got to be habitable and comfortable. We don't want to make doing it.
Yeah.
It won't be pristine, I don't think, by the time the baby comes, but we've got to have a kitchen, a bathroom, and no messy jobs left to do.
Oh, it's got to function, hasn't it?
It's got to function as a house, yeah, rather than a shed at the moment, that sort of thing.
So, at last, you've realised you need some help, Dave.
Well, I still don't know yet whether I need some. Yeah. I mean,
come on, 8 weeks left. 8 weeks left. All this work to do.
Yeah.
You need help.
I think if we want to get it done in 8 weeks, we're probably going to need some extra help. Yeah.
Good.
At long last, David realised that he couldn't finish this project alone, and suddenly the build sprang into life. Dave paid a firm to install the underfloor heating and hired a team of carpenters to put in the staircase and the remaining doors and windows. The loan had secured their home for now, but Dave and Rebecca were mortgaged up to the hilt. Unless they could clear some of that debt, they would struggle to meet the repayments, and their dream life could be over before it had even started. Eight weeks later, George returned to see if the couple had realised their dream.
Hello.
Hi, Dave.
You all right?
Hi, Rebecca. How are you? Good to see you. You well?
Yes, thank you.
2 months ago, the ground floor of the barn was an empty shell. It had now been transformed into a rustic, open-plan kitchen living room.
This is just a huge transformation for me, because I never thought that I'd see this kitchen here, to be honest, not for a long, long time.
We've just gone non-stop at it, haven't we, since Christmas, really. It's just been mad. I mean, I've had one day off. Just desperate to get in here and to get out of the caravan. It's gone from a shed to a home, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, your bedroom.
Yeah.
Our room, yeah.
This is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is great. This is actually quite a romantic room, isn't it?
I love it. Yeah. Well, it's just how we imagined, isn't it?
Yeah.
We got our bits of furniture in. We couldn't resist once we got the space, putting them in place, and then we thought, wait a minute, let's just try and go for it. Get in here.
So you're going to start using it?
Yeah, tonight, hopefully.
Tonight? Tonight's going to be your first night
we're just
in your
really
new
fed
home.
up of being in the caravan, so...
More than anything, it's an excitement about
We'd
getting
go
in here,
for it and
isn't
move in, yeah. It's not quite finished, but...
Rebecca was right. There was still a lot to do, from decorating the rough lime plaster to finishing the ceilings. With their baby due in just 2 weeks, Dave had transformed a building site into a home in the nick of time. The upstairs was still open plan, but after a year and a half in the caravan, it was luxury for the kids. Throughout, Dave's perfectionism shone through. But this couple took on a mountain of debt to get the barn this far. To finish it, they now had to sell the plot they'd had on the market for 5 months.
So how much did this project cost?
Well, we reckon round about 65,000.
That's 3 times your original budget, isn't it? What's the news with the plot?
Well, we had a couple of people interested, and one of them has offered us 75 for it.
£75,000? Well, that's fantastic news, isn't it?
So, I mean, yeah, it's unbelievable, really.
So the money from that plot will obviously clear the debt that you borrowed to do the build. Will it also reduce your mortgage?
Yeah, but I mean, it'll put us in a position where we can afford the mortgage that we've got.
Which is amazing news, because you did really, really overstretch yourself and commit a lot of money. Well, you were under massive financial pressure, and that plot is an incredible windfall.
Dave and Rebecca had a unique and charming home. And when the sale of the plot went through, it would seem they could also look forward to the simple lifestyle they'd always wanted.
What does the future now hold for you?
It potentially holds what we hoped it would hold, you know, a good family existence, some time with the kids, you know, on a regular basis.
It really has come together. It's incredible, really.
Shocking, isn't it?
3 years on, we've returned to see if the Palfreys have achieved the life they've always dreamed of, and if they can actually afford to stay in the home they've so lovingly restored.
It's been a tough couple of years. We're in quite a poor position financially. It's quite a fragile situation.
3 years ago, Dave and Rebecca Palfrey sold their suburban home near Birmingham and moved to a remote corner of South Wales with their young children Ellie and Tom.
Not that fast.
Now they've got a new addition to the family, 2-year-old Adrien. So how has rustic life near the Pembrokeshire coast turned out for them?
This is completely different, you know, it's just, it's nice to get away from all the traffic, hustle and bustle, isn't it? And we just have a far more relaxing existence down here.
It's really nice for me to come back here because I grew up round here, and it's nice to be able to take the children down the same places that I used to go to when I was little. Now the seaside is a regular thing for them rather than just coming down on holiday like we used to.
I like going on my surfboard and climbing rocks.
When we left them 3 years ago, the house was far from finished. The beams were still exposed, the lime plaster wasn't decorated, and upstairs was still open plan. Dividing walls have now been added upstairs to give the children their own characterful bedrooms. And the rest of the house is now a comfortable and cosy home.
I feel great about the whole house, and I feel proud of the fact that we've done most of the work ourselves, and I think the kids appreciate that as well, which is nice.
I think it gives the children a good perspective that they think they could do it if they wanted to. Tom will say, oh, my daddy built my house. So he's obviously got the perspective that he could do that if he wanted to, which is probably good, especially in this day and age with houses costing so much.
I think it's good because Daddy made the house. It's got big rooms in it. I like living in this house.
Although inside the barn is complete, outside it's still a work in progress. Dave is busy laying the foundations for a garage, but as with the rest of the build, he's got no idea how much it's going to cost.
I actually haven't looked at the figures. It should be a fairly cheap construction because planning want corrugated metal framework, so it should be as cheap as it could be.
One of the reasons this couple moved to the country was to get a great home without huge debts, so they could spend more time with their children. But they had to borrow £53,000 to get the barn finished.
If you look at it financially, we've been idiots. Really?
We knew at the time we couldn't afford it. We knew it would cost more than we had. We didn't bother to look into how much more it would cost.
But they finally sold the plot of land next to the house to a developer for £75,000 and so were able to pay back the loans.
Without that, we never would have got this in anywhere near a habitable position, you know. So we're very lucky the way it unravelled. Bye-bye. See you later.
Financially, though, they're still under pressure. Their £100,000 mortgage remains, and Rebecca's part-time job as a speech therapist has to cover all their outgoings.
My salary pays the mortgage, the loans, the food, the cars, everything. So sometimes it's a bit of a worry.
Although former teacher Dave has been lucky to have spent quality time at home with the children for the last 3 years, it's come at a price. He's now got to find work so they can afford to stay in the property.
If I got a job, it would just take the worry out of it, really, because we don't want to be spending our days worrying. We want to concentrate on the kids and stuff, you know. So if we can get a little bit more security, all the better.
But for now, the Palfreys are happy to enjoy the country life.
Everyone tends to know each other.
It's a really nice small village here, so you get quite a good community feel.
And to give their children the upbringing they wanted for them.
Our kids have got a very healthy environment, fantastic school set up.
I think it was definitely worth doing what we've done. It's been hard work, but then we've got a lot out of it.
Our life here is dreamlike compared to our lifestyle back in the city. I don't think at this point in time we could ask for more.
Dave and Rebecca took on this project knowing they could fail, but the gamble has nearly paid off. Although they're not yet out of the woods financially, they've built themselves a home with immense character and set themselves up for the lifestyle they've always dreamed of.
I've come to Cranley in the heart of Surrey. Vanessa Ford Robbins and her partner Nick Huddy fell in love with this Victorian gate lodge, and in January 2009 bought it with 7 acres of land for £250,000. This Grade 2 listed building has been abandoned and left as a ruin for nearly 50 years.
When we first got here, you couldn't see through the gates. It was completely overgrown, brambles and everything, and 7 acres of laurel.
She's very, very picturesque, obviously. But it's got a lot of history. It's Victorian, and I've worked on Victorian buildings for most of my life, so it just seemed absolutely right.
I mean, it's just the gingerbread house. I mean, it's it just sort of grabs you and just says, "You're mine."
Nick is a carpenter and Vanessa is a theatre producer, and both have a passion for traditional building crafts. They've both done restoration work before, but this fairy tale cottage will be the first home they've made together. Hi, you must be Nick. Nice to meet you. How are you?
You must be George.
Hi, Vanessa. How are you? Nice to see you.
Nice
well?
to meet you.
You've got to explain to me what we've got going on here.
Well, this is Squeak and that's Bubble, because you'll have to get to know them anyway.
Bubble and Squeak?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
What do you know about the building? Because it's incredibly ornate and decorative for what is really just a simple gate lodge. I mean, someone's really, really gone for it with all this decoration to make it look like a little gingerbread house in some ways. You feel like you just eat little bits of it, couldn't you?
Yeah, it's had quite a lot of names. It was called Scary Cottage at one point, but then I think it was called covered in ivy and looking pretty rank and dirty. We've started to clean it up.
So why have you taken this on?
Well, if you'd found it sort of going through the brambles and suddenly found this place, then I had the opportunity, wouldn't you?
I probably would, actually. Nick and Vanessa discovered Longhurst Lodge while walking in the nearby woodlands. When they found it was for sale, they made an offer and 6 weeks later became the proud new owners. While they complete the build, they'll be living in a mobile home on site. Enclosed by 2 walls and a listed 10-foot wrought iron gate, the gate lodge sits in 7 acres of laurel-filled woodland, next to the driveway which leads to the heart of the original Baynard's estate, a quarter of a mile away. The 2-up, 2-down cottage with the lean-to at the back has a tiny footprint of just 370 square feet. Look at that. Gosh, it's tiny. It's the teeniest, cutest little thing ever, isn't it?
But this is about it.
So you've started doing some work already, I see. Put a few joists in and things?
Yeah, there was holes in the roof. There's a hole in this floor. I mean, a huge hole. And the pavers were just covered in the rubble, which had come down through it. You could see the jackdaws coming and going. Looked good in the starry night, but...
Not very wind and water times.
No, not very, not very. So that was the most important thing, get a new hat on, which is why the roof came so early.
For Nick and Vanessa, this project is a labour of love, and ideally they'd like to move in by Christmas in 7 months' time. They have a budget of £100,000 and have also received a small grant from the Surrey Historic Buildings Trust.
This is the little lean-to what was the kitchen, we think.
So it was a kitchen in this spot, you reckon?
Yeah.
And then what's it? This is the tiniest little room in here.
Well, there was
just a little larder or something before.
That was the bathroom.
That was the bathroom?
You're looking at where the bath was. Those are the scars in the wall.
Chased into there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they used to have a tiny little earth closet.
So
we think.
To your right, that hole in the wall, that was the breather for an earth closet.
Oh my
you know an earth closet?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The bucket where you do your business.
Yeah, and
sprinkle
just
with
slosh
earth,
it out there.
Council come and take it away.
Nice.
Yeah, this is pre-everything.
Yeah.
There's no electricity ever here, no gas, no sewage. That's one of those things we're not going back to, actually, because I do like modern convenience.
I don't blame you. And then through here, we've got another room?
Yeah.
It is the smallest little series of spaces, isn't it?
It's tiny.
Tiny,
And the staircase, of course, went all the way up here.
Is this all safe up here?
Yeah.
Ish.
Ish.
It's teeny, look at it, it's so cute. I love it. It's got so much character, hasn't it?
Well, Nick's standing in the landing.
Which
and
will be the landing.
I'm now going through the door into the bedroom.
Which will be
what we think.
The teeniest, cutest little room. It's fab. And this must be a new window, surely, because that's immaculate.
That's my first window.
You made that?
Yeah.
You did not?
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Because I wanted to do something for the lodge that was mine. I mean, Nick is the builder and he's the maestro, but I wanted to do just something that would be mine.
You know, the big steps that you've made with this building already are brilliant. Nick has already completed a course on traditional lime plastering, and Vanessa is learning the art of glassmaking. You're a pretty hands-on guy anyway.
Yeah.
It seems like you're quite skilled. But to actually go out there, educate yourself in new skills just for this building to bring it back to life is incredible.
Well, both of us feel the same way. It's part of the fun of it all, isn't it? It's one thing to stick bricks together, it's another thing to do it the old style as well as the new style. Get the best of both worlds.
You're both hardcore restoration warriors.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you, that's very kind.
Absolutely brilliant. So is that it? Have we seen everything?
Yeah, I think we have.
That is it. That's the smallest tour I've ever done of any property, ever. In the original building on the ground floor, there'll be a kitchen leading through to a small separate utility room and toilet at the back. Also adjoining the kitchen, there will be a formal dining room. Upstairs, there'll be 2 small bedrooms nestled within the traditional roof. Because the original building is so small, Nick and Vanessa want to build a new 2-storey extension to create a new living room on the ground floor with a large master bedroom suite above. This room will have large windows and a romantic balcony so they can enjoy the beautiful woodland views. Perhaps being carried away by its charm, Nick and Vanessa have bought this tiny Grade 2 listed building without any planning permission to extend. I'm worried they've risked everything on the gate lodge without ever being certain they'll be able to comfortably live in it. Despite no formal training, Nick's already drawn the initial plans for the proposed extension, taking on board all of the planning constraints.
They will allow you to do a 40% extension under the conservation guidelines.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
So how big's this one?
Around about 34% mark, give or take a fraction.
Okay. So you've got another 6% to play with.
That's
if you really
right.
wanted to.
That's right.
I don't think I've ever come across a couple who are so perfectly matched to the building that they've bought. They absolutely love it. But not just the finished thing, they also love the idea of the process, recrafting their skills, if you like, to add their touch to the building. But they still haven't got planning permission, and as it stands, this building is just far too small to live in. Vanessa and her partner Nick have taken on a tiny Grade 2 listed gate lodge in Surrey, but it's really not big enough to live in. They want to add an extension at the back, which will need planning permission, and today is the pre-planning meeting.
It's all a bit nerve-wracking, really. I just hope that we've done the plans right and that Nick's drawn them right.
Not one for red tape, Nick has stepped aside to let Vanessa face the planners alone. He's hoping her theatrical background will charm them.
I get a bit tongue-tied. It's all that sort of stuff, you know. It's much easier because she's very fluent and very persuasive, and that's exactly what we need at the moment. It's not an easy thing in application for planning permission.
For Nick and Vanessa, the extension is critical to give them the extra space they need for the lodge to be a functional home. Without it, their dreams are compromised.
How'd it go?
Quite all right.
Really?
Yeah.
Really all right?
I think so, yeah.
Brilliant.
While Nick and Vanessa have positive news about their extension, I want to find out more about the history of the building. Longhurst Lodge was originally part of the 2,000-acre Baynard's estate, with the grand house dating back to the Tudor period. On the estate perimeter were not one, but 4 gate lodges, and Nick and Vanessa's was by far the most architecturally interesting. Baynard's house burnt down in 1979, but luckily drawings of it do survive at the Victorian Albert Museum in London, and I'm hoping that they'll hold some clues to our lodge's quirky design. Architectural historian Matthew Whitfield has some 19th century plans of Baynard's house when it was remodelled by the renowned architect Thomas Rickman. Rickman's brief was to double the size of the house, but keep the original Tudor character intact. A sweeping driveway was added, and next to its grand gated entrance, our lodge was built, in a Tudor revival style that matched the main house.
The lodge is there at the edge of the park to announce something to the passing visitor about what the large house is about architecturally. So it's just a teaser.
Up until the 18th century, large impressive country houses belonging to landowners were visible to the surrounding local village or town.
In the 18th century, with the fashion for landscaped parkland, the house is then repositioned, local roads are rerouted, so the house can sit quite happily in its own parkland because the preference then is for more privacy. And then you're left with this problem. How do I still advertise my status and taste even though I'm sitting quite privately in a large park? So you take a little architectural device, sit it at the edge of your carriage drive, at the edge of your parkway, and then you can advertise that desire for status as well as maintaining your privacy. It's a retreat from broader society, and it's really emphasising this idea that the aristocracy are completely a breed apart.
By giving this new gate lodge a Tudor revival look and covering it in heraldic motifs called pargetry, the estate owner was using the lodge to advertise the grand Tudor house, hidden at the end of the driveway.
It's such fun.
With her passion for the arts and crafts, Vanessa has enrolled on a local glassmaking course to learn how to reglaze the decorative bay windows in the gate lodge. She's using original slumped Victorian glass set in traditional lead.
I would cry.
Not to be outdone by Vanessa, Nick is handcrafting the window frames in his workshop, using oak from a nearby woodland. Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
Oh my God, this is brilliant. You're a bit of a dab hand, aren't you? Look at that. Oh, nice little mortise and tenon joints and everything. You're the man. Because you're kind of learning as you go along, has it become quite frustrating how long things are taking?
I always want to go faster, yeah, but no, at the same time, I've got to go slowly because it's so easy to make a mistake, and it's a right pain. The lead time on getting a new piece of timber is a couple of weeks or 3. So, yeah, you don't want to make any mistakes. It's all very steady Eddie.
True to their love for traditional building techniques, Nick and Vanessa are using lime wash to paint the outside of their lodge. As ever, their approach is a little unconventional.
I'm about 14 stone and I'm going to land a pig piss.
Let him swim, make him walk the plank.
Any flicks are purely accidental.
So I didn't do that on purpose, I genuinely didn't. Otherwise we're going to have a lime wash fight. It's like painting the Humber Bridge.
Yeah, it's about 4
or 5 layers,
yeah.
Nick, you're going to need at least, I would have thought.
The lodge's grand facade is starting to take shape, but a big question about its future still hangs in the balance. An essential part of Nick and Vanessa's restoration project is to build a new extension, increasing the square footage by up to 40%. Without it, this tiny house will struggle to work as a functional home. After several months of waiting, a decision from the planners is imminent.
Nick is really, really, really scared. I am really scared. It's the one decision that, of course, we have no control over. I think for us, this little process has been, without a doubt, the most stressful.
If they don't get planning, it's back to the drawing board, and their dreams will be shattered. At long last, it's decision day on their extension.
For every borough council acting as local planning authority under the provisions of Part 3 of Town and Country Law as amended, do hereby grant... Hereby grant planning permission for...
It's fantastic news. It's absolutely fantastic news.
I was basically expecting to get knocked back. So I'm always very negative about authorities and things like that. So this is a real big plus.
Shall we go and bash down that wall? Shall we get going?
After breakfast. That's good. Oh, yeah. Very good.
It's 6 months since I was last on site, and Nick and Vanessa have made great progress. Your windows are in.
I know.
Your windows are in. They look fantastic.
That was a great moment.
There he is.
Here he is.
Boy wonder.
He's done.
It's been a while. How are you?
It's been a while.
You've been slightly busy.
Very busy.
Just
been
a
a
little
few
bit.
late evenings, yeah.
Look at this. It looks brilliant.
There's a couple of mornings where you wake up with a few aches and pains, you know, yeah.
A few mornings. It's every
morning. So, oh, the bones aren't working as well as they used to.
The pills, it hurts.
Should we do some work then? Oh, first one in. How many of these have you done? How many?
I honestly don't know. 5,000, something like that.
Oh, man. Instead of using plasterboard, purists Nick and Vanessa are staying faithful to the original construction of their gate lodge, using traditional lime plaster blended with horsehair, which is then applied onto timber lathes.
Look at that. Amazing. It's like hairy porridge.
Nick puts his recently acquired skills into practice.
That's lovely stuff, but not easy. That is rubbish.
Probably wants another 2 or 3 days before it's ready, before it's properly set.
And you said you want to be finished by Christmas.
No, I'll be in by Christmas. I didn't say it'd be finished.
That's true, actually.
No, I'll be in. I'll be sleeping in this room by Christmas, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
But Christmas is like 2 weeks. That's it.
A breeze then, isn't it?
And what about downstairs? What about your kitchen?
Yeah, you build it, you get out of bed and you go down and build it, but it's a lot warmer in here once that fire's running than it is down in the mobile home, I can tell you.
So you're just going to rough it and camp out?
Well, if you call that roughing it, yeah. You go and live in the mobile home, you'll think this is luxury.
Desperate to get out of the caravan they've been living in for 9 months, Nick and Vanessa are pushing themselves to move into the gate lodge, despite it having no kitchen or bathroom.
Fire crackling in the grate, the Christmas tree, our little sitting room.
Even though the project is far from finished, they've moved in. And after enduring months of caravan showers, as a bit of a Christmas treat, they've installed a temporary bath.
And this is going to be a fantastic first bath.
It's the first time this lodge has been lived in for 50 years.
Cheers again, Mrs. Lodge. First bath in the house. Doesn't get much better, does it?
Cheers.
Happy New Year.
Nick and Vanessa have met their deadline of moving into their Tudor Revival Gate Lodge by Christmas. Although it's a big improvement on the caravan, as winter sets in, their euphoria is starting to wear off.
Yeah, living in the lodge has been a bit up and down. It's been quite cold at times, so there's heaters going on in rooms where there's plaster that's drying out. We actually scored -7 here, and the pipes temporarily froze. Yeah, Vanessa's been finding it quite difficult. It's the dust, being on a building site, and it's a lot for a woman to take. And she wants to go out to places and do nice things, and all the clothes are constantly covered in dust.
Camping out in the lodge, but still cooking in the caravan, is taking its toll.
When it's really, really, really cold, the gas freezes. I didn't think gas froze, but it does. So we don't have any gas. No. And also when it's very, 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 very cold, we don't have any water. Oh, got tired a little bit.
While Nick and Vanessa continue to battle with living on a building site, I'm visiting local collector Charles Brooking. He has an array of original artefacts from Baynard's mansion, the large country house on the estate served by Longhurst Lodge.
Oh my word. It's like the most incredible collection of windows I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I cover the history of the English window, the door, the staircase, the fire grate. It's going to be established as a national collection for the use of architects and people like yourselves.
See, I thought I was coming to see a salvage yard, but this is actually a museum.
It's an academic centre. Don't call it a salvage yard.
No. It's amazing.
The fun bit is I've got 2 cast iron shutter knobs here for you from Baynard's 1830s, and they're a gift to your couple who are doing this marvellous restoration.
These are a gift?
Yes, and they're Tudor roses, and they will be a nice symbol for that lodge, which I know has got pargeting, and it's an enchanting situation.
Honestly, Nick and Vanessa will be absolutely chuffed to bits to think that these came out of Baynard's and they can be reused and recycled and preserved in the restored lodge is just brilliant.
With its architectural flourishes, Baynard's mansion was a grand estate that demanded a team of people to maintain it. In the 19th century, the house had 7 domestic servants. But with 2,000 acres, it also needed a large number of outdoor staff. Our lodge was one of 23 small dwellings built to house them. As well as gatekeepers, the tenants of Longhurst Lodge would have been gardeners and members of their family. I've managed to trace a former resident, Adrien Gould. I'm hoping she can give me a picture of what it was like to live there. I mean, as I understand it, you were the last person ever to live in that lodge, is that right?
Yes, we were, yeah.
That's amazing.
1955 until 1961.
What was life like then at the lodge?
Awful.
It was awful.
Well, I'd gone back in time, hadn't I? Just cold water.
No hot water at all?
No. No electricity, oil lamps, and an outside loo.
And an outside loo. Well, that's compulsory, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Back
yes.
then. Why did you move in there in the first place?
Well, my husband worked for Lord Ennisdale as a gardener. There were three of the children, and me and my husband, the three boys, because they were only little at the time, slept in one room, and we slept in the other.
5 of you in that tiny little lodge.
Yeah, this is why I can't understand anybody buying it. The rooms were so small.
Fed up of the uncomfortable conditions, Adrien and her family eventually moved on. They were the last family to live in the lodge until it was bought by Nick and Vanessa. I was last on site 4 months ago. Since then, Nick and Vanessa have endured a bitter winter at the lodge. Good morning.
Good morning, George.
Always lovely to see you walking the plank. The weather has been unbelievably bad recently, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, today it's fantastic. Today's lovely. But this is literally a mud bath.
Yes.
And you've caused some damage. Has there been damage to the building during the bad weather?
We had so much water around the porch it was threatening to come in, so I dug some trenches to take the water away.
Which is sensible.
And caught the corner of the building with the digger. It's been difficult.
Sometimes it's, I can't cope with this living anymore. And otherwise, dear God, it's wonderful. Look, what we're doing. It's just fantastic. Pig!
Even the pigs are they're now chewing through the cement mixer cable.
Get out of it. Slight domestic there.
Yeah, just adding the pets to the mix as well doesn't really help, does it, really? This restoration project has really taken its toll on Nick and Vanessa. And for now, they've taken the decision to put the much-needed extension on hold. Instead, for the rest of the year, they'll focus on the main building to try and make it more comfortable. It's now nearly a year and a half since I first visited Longhurst Gate Lodge. After months of hard graft, I've come to see what Nick and Vanessa's sheer determination has achieved. Hey, how are you?
All right.
So lovely to see you. You've done it. Well, it looks like you've done it. How are you?
Good, pal.
The outside looks absolutely fantastic.
She's pretty.
Unbelievably beautiful. The first time I saw this building, it was sad and neglected. Now it's been restored back to its original splendour. My God. I'll tell you what, all the hard work that you've put in to getting the lime washing done and getting the colours on there and getting the roof done, it's absolutely beautiful. The love and dedication they've put into the fine detail of this building has brought the facade back to life.
It's not really until now that one actually says it is going to be our home, you know? It's actually not a building site anymore.
The new landscaping and surrounding water feature adds to the quirky character of this unusual dwelling, and it now looks as elegant as when it was first built. Home sweet home. Oh, it's lovely and warm and cosy and snug. It was incredibly homely, actually. For the first time in its history, this building has all the conveniences of gas, water and electricity. These modern comforts are balanced with traditional materials and craftsmanship. I remember when this used to be like the chicken house.
That's right.
There was a chicken house in there. That seems like a long, long time ago, actually. Yeah. These windows are just fantastic. I mean, you've done such a great job on them.
Oh, you're very kind.
You know,
It's been the perfect restoration partnership, hasn't it? From the timber work and the joinery being done by this man, and you doing the fantastic glass. I mean, it really has worked. It really has worked beautifully.
I have to say, the whole thing has been a privilege, not a chore. You know, this is not working for money, this is working for love, which is a rare experience.
Can I see the utility space? Is it all finished and done? Is it looking beautiful or not?
Well, we're getting very close, very close.
That means
work in progress.
You're not quite done. Yeah, you're kind of there. Look at that.
Pretty well.
And it's a bit unfinished in there. It's more storeroom rather than...
It is, yeah.
In fact, you can just get to the loo.
Process of.
So the old bathroom's gone, and the bathroom took
Yeah.
out. Where's your new bath? Have you got one yet?
No.
No. We've got a bath, we haven't got a room for it.
Love that.
But we've got friends.
So you just go to their house and have a bath there instead.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, last Christmas, we did actually put the bath that I'm talking about in here, but we can't have it because of all the
utility
We
stuff.
had the bath in here for a month.
We
too,
did,
didn't
we did.
And now you've taken it out, now it's a utility room, now you haven't got a bathroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Can we move on, see the rest? So we go in the living room. Oh, it's so homely.
Where there was once bare bricks and no ceiling is now a cosy and comfortable living room.
Look at that. Oh, and the beautiful fire going as well. Perfect. And I think how many times I've stood in here and it's been cold and damp and the wind blowing through.
Laths up across
Yeah, we were doing that too. We were fitting those through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good day. I love it. It really does feel like proper arts and crafts.
There's more to see upstairs.
Now that is a really beautiful room. It's completely unrecognisable from when I was last here. Yeah, I remember standing here, making a right mess of all that plastering that I was trying to get on there. I'm amazed it actually looks that smooth, because I thought I did a terrible job.
All of the bedroom furniture has been beautifully handmade by Nick and demonstrates his passion for quality craftsmanship. His designs are not only functional, but they're also inspired by details from the original building.
It just feels really homely. Look at that, the roaring fire. Every bedroom should have a fire like that. Look at that.
This Tudor Revival gate lodge has lain derelict for 50 years. But Nick and Vanessa's incredible work means this historic building has been beautifully restored to its former glory.
So I've got a present for you, a book, all about the history and all the research that I've done on this building.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That's interesting, you see, because Nick's got skinnier and the pigs have got fatter. You can tell who's been doing the work.
That's a naughty one.
That just sums you two up.
Very good, very good.
That's for you.
That is brilliant. Thank you very much, George.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Sweet as.
And thank you for being so supportive.
Good health.
I've got another surprise for you.
Oh my God.
Huh?
What I've got is basically the original handles from the shutters of Bernard's house.
Oh, cracking.
But these are
Beautiful, beautiful.
the original handles off the window shutters, the timber shutters inside of the windows of
nice
Bernard's
is
Park.
that?
So when that house was burned down
What's the
and
beat?
gone in 1979,
Wow, look at that, that's something else.
you've got
isn't
these.
that beautiful? That is
They are
fabulous.
very special. Thank you
They're for
very
you.
much. It's really, really cracking. I appreciate it. That's something for the lodge, isn't it? Eh?
Thank you.
I think you might need a drink.
I think I do.
Cheers again.
Mm. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Well done. You did it.
Yeah.
All restoration projects take an enormous amount of time, hard work and dedication. But what makes this project so unique is the love, the passion and the care that's gone into every single detail.
Nick and Vanessa have painstakingly honoured the finest principles of arts and crafts architecture, and they've not only saved this building for generations to come, but they've also added their chapter to its fascinating history. It was always Nick and Vanessa's plan to build an extension, but for now they're simply exhausted and are going to take a break until the spring. Although the lodge has no bathroom, it does have a proper kitchen and hot running water. For our restoration warriors, it's comfort for the first time in years. It's taken nearly 4 years of blood, sweat and tears for Nick and Vanessa to turn this derelict Tudor Revival gate lodge in Surrey into a habitable house. But with only 370 square foot of space and no proper bathroom, it's still not quite the home they've been dreaming of. It was always their plan to make it bigger. They will allow you to do a 40% extension under the conservation guidelines.
Yep, that's right.
After a 6-month breather, the revitalised couple throw themselves back into the project for its final chapter. To build the extension's timber frame, Nick and Vanessa have cashed in their savings and for the first time got help from a team of local builders.
So on the one hand it's a luxury having people doing it for us, and on the other hand it's a strain because it never goes fast enough. You want that bath, you need that bath immediately.
With the timber frame in place, it's business as usual as Nick and Vanessa tackle all the remaining work themselves. To match the new building with the old, they've sourced 4,000 reclaimed tiles for the roof and used handmade moulds of the original lodge's podger tree to decorate the extension. As ever, the building process is as important to them as the final outcome. Working side by side, they use every ounce of their creativity and their art and craft skills to push the project on.
The luxury of modern living is nearly upon us. We slowly but surely inch towards the 21st century.
It's been 2 years since I last visited Longhurst Lodge. I'm back to see if the extension works well with the original building and gives Nick and Vanessa the space they need. It's been too long.
It's been so long.
You will.
Hello.
It's been like nearly 2 years, hasn't it? How are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good,
I'm good.
I'll tell you what, there's a few changes out here, isn't there?
Yeah, I've been working hard.
We did one each. Those are the cubes are waiting there to be turned into the other two.
You turned that
Yeah.
into that. Yeah. That is actually quite impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, George.
It looks really lovely. And you've done loads of work out here. Landscaping.
It's coming on.
Where's the pigs?
They're just down there.
Down the hill, yeah.
They're all right.
It's all good.
From the front of the original building, it's difficult to spot what's new. Set at 90 degrees to the entrance, the perfectly proportioned extension seamlessly continues the original roofline. The old lean-to at the back of the lodge has been removed to make way for the new extension, with its steeply pitched Tudor Revival style gable. This extra space gives them a large living room, a master bedroom, and at last a bathroom. They also have a new patio and garden. All of that detailing that you've done on there, the joinery work, the plaster work, the rendering, the arch detail that you've copied from the door in the front, all of it looks like it's been there since day one. And it's only the little touches of your clear glass floor on the balcony that make you think, hang on a minute, you know, that's 21st century technology that's managed to weave its way into this restoration project. You couldn't wish for a better restoration extension on a building than that.
Thank you.
It's bloody brilliant. Upstairs, the new master bedroom is beautifully designed into the roof pitch, with doors leading out to a new balcony. I mean, this is luxury, this, isn't it?
Well, it is for us, considering we slept in mobile homes with the installation of a rabbit hutch, yeah. It's good.
Now that is pretty cool. It's always a little bit disconcerting stepping out on a clear glass floor, isn't it? But it's really effective. You get all that amazing south light coming through the trees, through the balcony, rather than being obstructed by it, and down into your living space. Like everything else on this restoration, the balcony was a joint effort. The ornate oak framework was crafted by Nick, and like the rest of the lodge's glasswork, the balcony's 120 panes were handmade by Vanessa. The thing that I love about this project more than anything else is that you guys have made so much of it, because so many other people could have bought this and would never have done as good a job as you guys have.
Oh, thank God.
It's a quirky house, quirky people.
And there's also a life-changing addition next door. Look at that.
It's a bathroom.
You know, for most people it would just be, oh, well, it's a bathroom.
Oh,
you know,
no.
with a bath in it and a sink. But for
Not
you
for
guys,
us.
after what you've been through,
It does help you appreciate it. You've probably noticed how carefully calculated this room is. The bath was bought and then the room was built to fit the bath.
To the millimetre.
To the millimetre, exactly.
But we don't like wasting any space at all.
By the side of the loo. That goes under the step.
It goes under the step.
Under the step.
That's
Exactly.
brilliant.
And the top one?
And this is our
Little
waste,
chute.
our rubbish chute. And there's a bin in the cupboard in there, so everything hides. You keep the
Brilliant.
place as spacious as possible.
Yep.
Building the extension has also allowed them to rework the layout of the original lodge. Their only living space on my last visit has been transformed into a dedicated dining room, with simple natural materials and textbook arts and crafts design touches. Next door, the extension has given Nick and Vanessa a much larger living room. The couple have installed oak frame glass doors to flood the new space with light. Running terracotta tiling from the inside out to the patio makes the room feel even bigger. When you think about the footprint that you've got on the other side of that wall, which I love, you know, I mean, it is so cute that you've got all those tiny little rooms together. But this is a proper living room, isn't it?
It transforms it.
It's not just me who's been enchanted by the lodge's history. Even in their modern extension, Nick and Vanessa can't resist a nod to its past.
You might recognise the knob for a kick-off.
Oh, yes, look at that.
That was what you gave us, yeah. Well, we always think of George's knob as being something special. And all of this was thrown away at some time or another by previous occupants over the 150 years.
You've made a point of taking very ordinary things that are part of the history of the site and made something of it. What a nice touch. After 5 years of hard graft, Nick and Vanessa have finally overcome this restoration's biggest challenge, making their tiny 19th century gate lodge into a functional 21st century home. Everywhere you look, this once forgotten gem is full of their humour, individuality and craftsmanship. I couldn't resist adding my own final touch.
Yeah, right, that's it. Then turn it back through the 90 degrees and go back down that line again. Better and better. I am just pleased to have a piece of your work to include with ours. Yeah. I'm looking for your personal touch and I appreciate it.
It's not bad for an acorn, is it? Where's it going to go? Because I'm left-handed, it should go on the left-hand side.
It's going to go up there.
Is it?
I shall always have my breakfast on the left-hand side.
I've got a tiny little present for you.
Okay.
Don't open it yet. It's only a little something. I thought it was kind of appropriate.
Mrs. Lodge!
Mrs. Lodge.
Oh, whoa. That is absolutely brilliant.
That is wonderful!
No, you've got your bathroom. I thought you needed some really posh towels. How cute is that, eh?
It's really nice.
Many couples would sit back and relax in the luxury of their new home. But for Nick and Vanessa, living and breathing the restoration process has always been as important as the end result.
We've got a lake going down there. We're going to put a houseboat on it. We've got workshops to go. Little shop up the front to sell the honey and the jam and the woodworking and the pottery and the stained glass. And we thought about running classes as well, because we'd like to teach this stuff.
Great.
So that we'll have a studio all kitted up for silver, for glass, for woodworking, for everything.
Yeah, absolutely,
because it's
yeah.
all such fun and everyone can do it.
So there's going to be quite a legacy left behind after this build.
Yes.
It's not going to stop here, that's for sure.
This was such a neglected building that's been lovingly restored by a couple who couldn't have cared for it more. They've managed to strike that wonderful balance of staying true to arts and crafts tradition, while at the same time adding their own modern and creative touches. But this isn't a museum piece or a preserved relic. It's a living, working and evolving piece of unique history. And that's why I love it.
2 years ago, the Nuttall family risked every penny they had on their new rural venture. Architect and designer George Clarke followed their progress.
Morning, Denise.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi,
Adrien.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Well?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks.
This is a huge place you've got here, isn't it?
It is.
That's fantastic. I think you're going to have to show me around.
Okay, come on.
IT consultant Adrien and his wife Denise's new business was right on the doorstep of their stunning new country farmhouse home. They planned to grow chilies in the old garden centre's polytunnels and greenhouses, and to turn this dilapidated barn into a family-run Mexican restaurant.
Why have you decided to make this move in your life?
Our life since the kids have been born has just been Daddy goes away from Monday to Friday, so I'm just left to deal with the kids' everyday things.
Holly's 5 years old now, but when she was 18 months old, Denise pointed out to me that for half her life I'd been working away all week.
For half of your kid's life, you've been away. You just haven't been around as a father.
And that just sunk in that I needed to do something about it.
Denise and Adrien's plan to transform their lives by setting up and running a family business relied on a simple and sympathetic renovation of this 400-year-old barn. They wanted to remodel the restaurant front by replacing half the timber structure with picture windows. Inside, they planned to build an entire new L-shaped mezzanine first floor that would accommodate the extra diners they needed to make the restaurant pay. Downstairs, they would install an open-plan commercial kitchen, which would look out onto the ground floor dining area, where Denise and Adrien would eventually work.
So, who's going to be doing all of this work?
We've decided to do all the work ourselves.
Have you done any building work on this scale before?
No.
No, more of your occasional weekend DIY, I think, is up till now.
This isn't an occasional weekend DIY project, Adrien.
I know.
There's nothing like it. It's a beautiful old building, but look at it. I mean, the amount of work that needs to be done here to make this habitable, watertight, with electrics and plumbing and, you know, kitchens and toilets and...
Well, we have 1,000 chilies growing at the moment, and they're going to be ready in the summer. And for us, the key thing is to make sure that the barn is ready for the summer. And really, the only way we can do that is by doing it ourselves.
If Denise and Adrien had had a team of builders on board, then they would easily have hit their summer deadline. But they were doing all the work on their own, and were investing their entire future in chilies.
Chilies are actually quite interesting, and they're not just heat. And someone
you all right?
No, it's bizarre. But someone introduced me to different flavours in chilies, and when I was in the restaurant, and it was just like, wow, how can I get hold of these?
You cannot get them in England. So we thought, right, okay, we'll grow them ourselves, and then other people can come and get them from us as well.
Denise and Adrien paid £480,000 for their home and garden centre and put aside £60,000 for the renovation, but a large chunk of the money was borrowed.
biggest mortgage we've had so far, and it's 300,000.
£300,000 mortgage?
Yeah.
Denise and Adrien's summer deadline was only 5 months away, but little did they realise the enormity of what lay ahead.
It's incredible what you've taken on, the scale of the build, the scale of the business enterprise, a massive life change for you as a family anyway, and trying to juggle all of that, particularly with the budget you've got, is a mammoth task.
Well, one of the biggest reasons why we've got to do all the work is because of the timescale. I mean, we've got a window to get it in order that we can, live the dream that we want to and have everything this year. And if we miss that gap for the summer, then the whole lot gets put back.
Adrien and Denise had absolutely no experience of building or running a business.
What, should I go over this way?
This was going to test their relationship to the limit.
It does not reach! Let go of it!
Well, I can't bear this.
Denise and Adrien Nuttall were bravely attempting to start a chili farm, growing 150 varieties of chilies and open a restaurant serving hot and spicy Mexican food.
I think it's a bit of a mad hobby that's got out of control. But, it's all good fun. Sometimes you've got to take a risk in life, and this is one of those times.
Their dream was to run it as a family business so that Adrien could stay at home and spend more time with his children, 5-year-old Holly and 7-year-old Josh.
My dad, it wasn't very good when he was going away because we missed him a lot. Now he can work at home so we can see him a lot.
The family had got their work cut out. They wanted their opening day to be in August when the chilies were at their best, but that only gave them 5 months to convert this 400-year-old barn into a new restaurant.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard work at the moment, but I'm just sort of clinging to the hope that it's going to be all worthwhile. And the kids are great, and they're really into the plants and the seeds and seeing them all growing and everything, which is really nice, because if they hadn't have been, I don't know what I'd have done.
With the kids happy, Denise and Adrien could focus on the barn renovations. They were planning to do all the work themselves, even though their only DIY experience was the odd bit of decorating.
We can't find a builder who's available to start immediately, and therefore we have to sit and wait until they're ready, and we haven't got time to do that.
With the barn nothing more than a shell, they were relying on the architect's plans to guide them through. Adrien decided his first job was to take out the redundant walls.
Oh, there we go. First one out. Only 462 to go. I'm on out. I've done one.
Adrien had set himself a gruelling schedule. To supplement the £60,000 budget, he'd taken on one last IT job for a Swiss company that had agreed he could be based at home. He planned to work round the clock, juggling the build with his IT commitments.
You don't want to.
Denise's focus was the nursery. She had the challenge of growing 3,000 chili plants.
It has been easier for me with Adrien being at home, though, because I couldn't have dedicated all my time to just doing this. And, I just find just having him around, it makes life a lot easier. It's nice for me, but for the kids, they come out of school and Daddy's there. It's like, that's never happened before.
A month into the build and the barn still looked a wreck. All Denise and Adrien had achieved so far was to knock down some old walls, dig drains for the toilets, and start painting the greenhouses. And to make matters 100 times worse, their architect, the only professional involved in the project, delivered some bad news.
Our architect came over and said that not working with contractors wasn't what they wanted to do. So as we're doing a lot of the work ourselves, then they didn't feel comfortable continuing with the project.
Adrien was now responsible for all the major structural decisions, which Denise was less than happy with.
I'm really nervous because I can see that the roof is attached to the wall.
Structural engineer said it's fine. You know better than them.
I don't, but I'm just nervous. I can't help being nervous.
Then go somewhere else. Because all you're doing is just causing problems.
No, I'm not. I'm just standing there.
Working with Denise is a novel experience because we've done it before. We actually used to work at a bank together quite a few years ago, and that's how we met. But it was one of the situations where she was in one department and I was in another, and I think it should always stay that way.
Having already lost their architect, Denise and Adrien wisely decided to pay specialists to do the jobs they'd be mad to attempt. And in no time, scaffolding was up and work started on the thatched roof.
Yeah, well,
The thatch looks good.
The front's come off, so we're taking the front off.
So how's it going then?
We're getting there. We've got most of the inside structure out.
So you are still doing the majority of the work yourself?
Although we're doing the lion's share of the work, there are some specialist things that we need people to come in and do.
So you have realised that this is a difficult project, very specialist sort of building, and you can't do everything yourself.
Absolutely.
You just can't.
And also, we don't want to make a mess of it either.
Yeah.
We want to, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to have, hopefully, people coming, the general public coming in here, so we can't afford to make mistakes.
There's still sort of a lot to do. You haven't even got this sort of window and watertight yet, have you? Just remind me when you're going to be finished by again?
Middle of August.
We will
There's no
be.
problem.
Yeah, no, we will be.
It'll be fine.
Meeting the deadline was looking increasingly unlikely, and Denise and Adrien were feeling the pressure. Working and living together 24/7 was proving to be anything but the idyllic life they imagined.
There's no difference whatsoever.
I'm tired and I'm hungry and I can't bear this, like, I just want to get on and do it. And he's standing there umming and ahhing.
Having laid the underfloor heating, there was just the small matter of testing that the system worked.
I'll just go and get the hose, please.
Well, can you tell me where it is?
The glass house has got a hose in. I don't know what hoses you're on about, but there's one in there. Adrien, what ones did you set up?
Could you come and help me find it, Denise, do you think, rather than just being rude to me?
I haven't been rude to you at all.
You
Have I
are, you
been
said it in the
rude?
green. But you said it's in the greens, we haven't got them on reels, they're not on reels. What is that?
I'm just telling you that we've got two in the greenhouse. I thought that's what you were
but
referring
I said
to.
I wanted the ones on the reel.
What, should I go over this way?
Shortest route is as the crow flies, straight lines.
It does not reach. Let go of it.
Well, I can't bear this. Working with Denise is just a nightmare.
I did nearly quit last week. I had an absolute enough. We had a massive Barney, and if I had anywhere to go, I think I'd have gone.
Despite the squabbling, there was one thing Denise and Adrien did agree on: renovating the barn to an extremely high standard.
Rock solid.
They had ancient reclaimed timbers to support the restaurant's first floor.
£3,500 on
that's the start.
Timber.
Some suction.
Morning.
Hi.
Look at that, a craftsman at work.
I'm learning the ancient art of carpentry.
Thanks.
You're doing very well, aren't you?
It's getting there.
That's pretty good.
It's
That's pretty good for an IT boy.
no, learn these new skills. Got the hat on to keep the sun off my head, everything.
No, you've got beautiful pieces of reclaimed timber here, working hard on them.
We've put in the extra effort to find the oak.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cost a lot more money.
I was just about to say, that passion, which
Yeah.
is fantastic, it takes a lot more time,
Yeah.
a lot more money.
Exactly. That's what suffered. The budget has increased quite dramatically.
Like how much?
About 40%.
What?
We've gone from sort of £60,000 to close to 90 now with the budget, with all the materials, because we're trying to do it with the proper material.
Adrien, being passionate for materials is one thing and good craftsmanship, but being bankrupt in skin is another.
With the build already £30,000 over budget and monthly payments to meet on a £300,000 mortgage, the pressure was really mounting up.
Just how bad has it been over the last sort of couple of months?
I'd say it's been a really big roller coaster, you know. We've had real highs and real lows. Some people would start a nursery, some people might do a barn conversion, some people might try and run an internet business, you know, some people might have a big house and nice gardens. And we've just done everything, and it's like, oh my goodness, what have we done?
But you've started, that's the main thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're in here, you've got the space, there's chilies growing everywhere. I mean, this is the dream, isn't it?
It is. And when I walk in here, it does lift me, you know. I just sort of think, yes, this is what we wanted to do. You know, when we came here on a damp, dreary October day and saw this all empty and dingy, and we could visualise, you know, it full of chilies.
No, because...
Just down there, just down there, just down there.
Oh, yeah. Look at these tags.
And what do you think the kids think of all of this? Putting them through it in that position? I mean...
I think they're having the time of their lives. I mean, everybody keeps saying, oh, they're so lucky, but they don't appreciate it, obviously, being children. And they've got such a great place, you know, lots of fun places to play and everything else. They've got Daddy at home, and at the end of the day, that's all they're bothered about.
We put up a couple of football goals just outside the car park by the barn, so literally it's 5 yards away from the barn. The children come home from school and they say, you know, come have a game of football. And now sometimes I'm too busy, but, you know, for 5 minutes we can run out there, we can have a kick around, and it's just great, you know. It's just stolen moments that, you know, that are making the difference. The whole thing just comes down to seeing the expression on the kid's face.
The barn now had plumbing, heating and structure for the first floor. But the relentless hours working on the build meant Adrien had neglected his IT work and missed important deadlines.
How much do you want me to do? Ugh.
Denise's life was no easier.
If you can cancel that order, and then he'll bring along a list of what he actually needs to get...
Juggling sourcing materials, setting up the business, running the nursery, and the constant demands of family life.
Have you had a nice day? Yeah? Day does change when I pick the kids up. However, it means I'm probably still trying to do the job, what I was doing when I left, but they either help or hinder, depending on their mood.
With only 2.5 months to their opening deadline, Denise and Adrien received another blow. There was a major problem with the restaurant staircase. They'd hoped to buy a cheap, off-the-peg one, but instead building control were insisting on custom-made commercial stairs.
The staircase that they've said that I must have is going to take 4 to 6 weeks to be specially made, and it's going to cost 10 times the price. It's going to be about £3,500. So the budget is just astronomically blown out for the stairs, you know, tenfold. We were hoping to be open in the middle of August because that's when all our fruit would be available. I think this is just going to be the final straw with regard to hitting our deadlines. I don't know, I'm just close to packing everything in at the moment. I just think, well, what's the point?
I just feel like we're banging our heads against a brick wall. Every time we think we're taking a step forward, we then take 10 steps back because something else comes along and stops us from progressing. As far as the deadline goes, God knows whether we'll achieve it or not. It won't be through the lack of trying, put it that way.
That deadline to open the restaurant was just 10 weeks away, when the chilies would be ready for harvest. They couldn't afford to miss it.
Oh, hiya.
How are you? You all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
How's everything at the minute? How's your mood with things at the minute?
Okay.
How's stressed?
Today, I'm okay. A couple of days ago, I wasn't okay. I thought the other day, this whole experience has been like a roller coaster, and I thought, no, it's been more extreme than that.
Did you just completely underestimate what you were taking on here?
I don't know if we underestimated. I think what we both said and what we accepted was that we were going to give it a go. This is a dream, this is what we've always wanted to do, and we didn't know how it was going to go, but we're both prepared to give it our all. Sometimes I just walk out at night time and I'll just sit, you know, on the wall and just look around. And I just think, I'd never want to give this up. Absolutely love it here.
Now, you're a bit behind, aren't you?
Just a tad.
Let's go inside and have a look.
All right, let me show you what we've done so far.
9 weeks you've got to be open. Kitchens, floors, plasterboard, finishings on the outside. I mean, you know, there's still daylight coming through. It's like there's holes everywhere.
Another issue that we've had since you were here last time.
What's
the
that?
building control have told us that because it's over 18 metres for some people to escape from the building, we had to have a second fire escape.
But why are all these surprises coming out now about building control? Why didn't all this happen before?
Because we're running the project without an architect.
But what it really shows is that you're right in at the deep end on a process that you don't completely understand, do you?
Don't understand at all, let alone completely.
You've got no idea whatsoever.
To actually get the barn ready in time for the opening, George offered some friendly advice.
Now, you set yourself this deadline of finishing the barn in 9 weeks. Now, I don't think you're going to do it. And the only way that you're going to meet that 9-week deadline is to get some help. And I know it's hard to find people, but can you not just get 2 or 3 guys who might not be experienced builders, but just labourers, cheap?
Yeah.
People just to lift things, move things, put things in place, strip things, paint things, sand things. Stuff that doesn't need a specialist. If someone said to me, I've got a team of 3 or 4 fairly decent, experienced builders,
We'd
and they're
say,
going to
"Come
turn,
on."
and they're going to turn that barn around in 9 weeks, I'd go, that's a tall order.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I say you could probably do it, but it's tough.
With 9 weeks till opening night, Denise and Adrien have to decide whether they can afford to spend more money on extra help.
Oh my goodness. Somebody help me.
Denise and Adrien Nuttall's dream of converting a Suffolk garden centre into a chilli nursery with its own Mexican restaurant was over budget and behind schedule.
Basically, I need to get a plumber to plumb the toilets.
After some financial juggling, they took on the extra help they needed to reach the deadline.
We're here just for the week, just to get the place plasterboarded for them, ready for the plasterers.
As long as they don't put the floor on.
It's a bit tight, to say the least.
We put 100 by 100 post from floor to lintel. I keep getting that name.
With no architect to oversee the build, Adrien was the only one who knew what was going on. But it was all in his head.
Have you got any sort of drawing or anything? No. All right, we'll do it as we go along.
No, don't have any drawings for the entire barn.
This flurry of building activity gave Denise a chance to get back to the chilies.
It's, you know, it's a balancing act because you sort of feel, well, you need the barn to be able to sort of set everything up and get open. But equally, if we don't have any chilies, then there's really no point in being here.
This is
Opening night was looming, and with the race on to get the restaurant finished, it seemed like every available builder in Suffolk was working on the barn.
Well, we thought we'd take it easy for a while, get someone else to do the work. We've got the carpenter in today, who's fitting the door frames and doing the oak. We've got the floor guys in today that are doing the tiled floor. We've got the kitchen lino guy doing the hygienic floor for the kitchen. We've got the gas engineer doing the boiler in the kitchen. And we've got plasterer doing the plastering. So there's no room for us to go in there. So we thought we'd have a lunch.
With the build under control, Denise and Adrien finally got time to concentrate on the commercial side of the restaurant. With only 3 weeks to go, they had no business plan and no menu. But there was some good news.
Here is our diary of our opening night. We've already got 2 bookings. I have taken their telephone numbers just in case we need to call them and say, bring your umbrella, because we've got no windows. And bring a porta potty, because the toilets aren't finished.
Fortunately, there would be someone to cook the food. Chef Edward Halls.
I mean, I had a career change about 3 years ago, so I've only been a chef for 3 years. So the whole thing is a learning curve for me, because I've never really done Mexican food per se.
And there wasn't long for the chef to get his head around the menu. It was August, and as predicted, the chilies were ready for harvest.
Oh, they're nice ones, honey. Well done.
Mommy,
Shit, okay. Seeds out and stuff, so you can just try it.
But you said that if you take seed out, I'll take the taste out.
No, there's no taste in the seeds.
I'm not tasting any.
Just take a little tiny bit, yeah.
Well, I just put my tongue on it. Hot, and no, like that.
No, that's a seed.
Denise and Adrien now had just 14 days before their first hungry diners arrived.
Morning. Adrien.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Yeah, a little bit worse for wear.
You've got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks before this business has got to be open and up and running.
14 days. We'll start a night shift going. It's.
And are you going to sink or are you going to swim?
Well, we're working on swimming because we've already got something like 24 bookings for the opening night.
Have you?
So we've got to be ready. So I don't want to ring 24 people up and say, come a week later.
You've got your work cut out for 2 weeks, haven't you?
Oh, I know. Got a few other issues there as well. I'm not going to be here.
What?
I have to get out to Switzerland on Monday. 3:30 on Monday, I'm leaving to go to Switzerland.
You're not going to be here?
No, so Denise is the new project manager for next week.
Oh, my God.
And see how far you get on.
Adrien's IT company couldn't have picked a worse time to recall him to Geneva.
Now, Adrien's just told me the brilliant news that he's gone back to Switzerland. It's great, isn't it?
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Great timing. Couldn't have been better. Yeah, that was a devastating blow on Friday. I think that was like the final straw. Did put a bit of a downer on our weekend, I must say.
What did you say to him when he told you?
Well, there wasn't really much I could say. I mean, he didn't have any part of it, you know. That's not down to him, it's down to his employers. We did discuss whether, you know, he basically says to them, no, he's not going to continue to work, but that would have been pretty silly, bearing in mind that's what's funding all of this.
Now, what effect is all of this having on you and Adrien, do you think?
Just don't ask. Do not ask.
I'm asking.
No, it's not good. We've been at each other's throats. I suppose because at the end of the day, we're just both really stressed, really tired, and we just take it out on each other because there's no one else to take it out on. So, yeah, it's been tough. Maybe, actually, him going away for a week might sort of be good. Or just because... No, well, we'll have a bit of a break and maybe we'll be pleased to see each other when he comes back.
3 a.m. Monday morning and Adrien's return to work in Switzerland dawned, leaving Denise just 12 days to get everything ready for the grand opening.
Was he saying that the morning stuff, they weren't going to interfere with you? Is that what he was saying?
I need to get into the kitchen tomorrow.
We've got no void or nothing to run cables in.
This one's a bit lumpy, see, I have to paint it.
When that goes up a bit, I'll
Then you just smooth it down. That's much better, that's brilliant. And this little silvery bit that's shining through will really annoy me, so you'll cover that over, wouldn't you?
Round it off a bit.
Yeah, brilliant.
Each night, Denise called Adrien to update him.
Martin and Charlie didn't turn up again today, but they've assured me that they're going to be here tomorrow. So the floor, hopefully they'll get on with the floor. I'll nip out and go and get some door handles and stuff so they can get the doors done. Ed's got issues though, because he's getting a bit anxious because he still can't get in the kitchen. The kitchen guys have still got to finish more stuff off. A whole pile of plasterboards was ruined by the rain. The roofer's not been here today. Love you too. Bye. we speak to each other every night. He must send me about 20 texts during the day as well. Have you thought of this? Are you doing this? What's happening on that? And it's like, and I send him one-word answers, and he says, "Oh, a woman of many words." It's like, I said, well, unlike you, I'm busy. It's like, for goodness sake, leave me alone to get on with it.
Despite all the bad news, the staircase was finally installed. It was late in the evening when Denise got to the last job of the day, watering the precious chilli crop.
It'll be a bit stressful, but the guys who we've got on site at the moment are working really, really hard. Everyone's like pulling together, so I feel there is a glimmer of hope.
Opening night arrived, and George returned to see if the Nuttles had achieved the impossible.
Good morning.
Hiya.
Hello there. You well?
Yeah, very well,
Good.
thanks.
Hi, Denise. You both look well, actually, but the outside looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Great.
The glass is all in, it's all painted, roof is all done. Should we go inside, have a look?
Yep.
Okay. Brilliant. Looking forward to this. Come on, lead the way. This is your place now.
A chilli handle.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Do you like it?
I'm actually speechless. It looks absolutely brilliant. I can't believe it. I can't. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I am. I mean, you've got all the glass in, all the beams have been tidied up, you've got the floor tiles down, it's been painted.
What this couple had achieved was nothing short of a miracle. With no architect or dedicated team of builders, they'd turned an empty shell into a beautiful restaurant. This breeze block corridor had been transformed into a practical, efficient kitchen.
It's been a baptism of fire.
I think we've sort of had the worst time of our lives, but also the best time of our lives. You know, it's just been a real mixture of emotions and a real roller coaster. But we have finished. Never thought we would.
If we can do it.
Anyone can.
Tell me about it. Come on then, show me.
Have a look.
And the staircase is in, which is brilliant.
Yes.
Does it like comply with building regulations?
Yep.
Perfect for commercial?
Yep.
When they bought the barn, it had no electrics or plumbing, let alone a first floor.
This is great.
They'd cleverly created the additional dining space they desperately needed.
What a brilliant space. It's good.
It's actually come out better than we expected.
How many people can you get up here?
18 up here and another 12 down there.
That's good for business.
Yeah.
And what about your relationship with each other? Because you were fighting like cat and dog, weren't you?
I don't know what you mean.
Come on. It was bad.
It's been a blissful 6 months.
Don't touch me.
Working 24/7 on the build had been a roller coaster ride, but at least the family were all living together.
So you set out at the very beginning of all of this with quite a simple dream, didn't you? It was to completely transform your family life. Do you think you've done that?
Yeah. I mean, this is I should say, this is what it's all about, the family. And the most important thing to me, certainly, is being at home with the family.
Someone's getting quite emotional on the end. But
it's just lovely to see us all just sitting here and...
I think it's the first time in 6 months we've all been able to sit down in the sunshine together, you know, because we've got to the stage that we don't have to be in the barn till 2 o'clock in the morning anymore.
And how do you see the future as a family now?
My aim is for us to be quite normal, you know, and for Daddy to be here at tea time, you know, and be here at night time when the kids wake up and they're crying or they've been ill or whatever, you know. For me not to be able to cope with it on my own and for him to sort of take a part of it. So it's been
the most important
6
thing to
months
us.
of, like, hardship for hopefully, touch wood, a lifetime of happiness, blissful happiness.
The Nuttall's new life was just beginning. Their future all depended on the success of the restaurant. In the end, the renovation cost £110,000, double their original budget. They'd gambled everything on this eccentric dream.
T-minus 1 hour clean.
Opening night and the Mexican restaurant was fully booked.
How are you? Are you okay? Oh,
Big fish. Thank you. Table 9 for 2. 5 domesticated species of chili. Each one affects different parts of the mouth.
I must say the chili ice cream was really, really excellent.
Absolutely fine. It'll be fine. Told you all along, didn't I? It'll be fine. And it was. There you go.
She's all right. I know I keep forgetting they're all she's.
16 months on, we've returned to see if the Nuttalls have achieved their dream of spending more time together as a family.
Living here is lovely. I mean, you couldn't want for anything better, really. Adrien spent a lot more time with the kids. We're together as a family much more often.
1, 2, 3. Oi! One of the things that Denise had said to me, when Holly was young, was that I'd spent half her life working away, and I really wanted to do something about that. And any opportunity to spend time as a family is so precious.
Although Adrien still has to do some IT work to part-fund the business, he's now at home a lot more.
It's nice to be sort of quite a normal family. It was tough when he was away and away weekends as well. There was no support for us, but it's good to have him about. Easier for me. I feel like I can sort of fit in everything that we need to do with the kids and everything.
But what advice would they give to other couples thinking of taking on a similar challenge?
I think before you try and do something like this, you need to be sure that you know each other and you understand each other. Because you are going to get stressed. You are going to have moments when everything's going wrong.
So many customers come up to me, they say, "Are you still married?" Enjoy your meal.
It's not been easy, but the restaurant has broken even in its first year.
We've had some ups and downs, and some downs and downs, and some ups.
Now are they about to get the public recognition they deserve?
The finalists for the Startup Business of the Year Award are...
It's over 16 months since Denise and Adrien Nuttall turned this Suffolk farmhouse and ramshackle garden centre into a family-run nursery and Mexican restaurant.
Check on, I've got one guacamole and chips, the starter please, followed by a saltfish taco and a chimichangas.
Running the restaurant is a lot harder than we first thought, but it's really rewarding when you've got a full night and a busy night and you get through service.
Well, the food here is absolutely excellent, wonderful.
We could definitely do with more customers, and we're learning all the time. It's such a huge, steep learning curve with running your own business and doing something completely different to what you've ever done before.
They still have to pay back the £150,000 they borrowed to do the build, plus the repayments on their £300,000 mortgage. So they have to think of imaginative ways to increase their profits. Today, Adrien and a member of staff are in Ipswich town centre drumming up publicity for the restaurant.
Hi, can I interest you in the chili company that makes good Mexican?
Chili company? Okay. Yeah. I'm in a hurry, but I'll take it.
Hot stuff. Thank you very much.
No, it's all right,
Thank you very much. Right, if you come on into the greenhouse.
While Denise gives guided tours of the nursery and tries to sell some of her beloved chili plants.
Right, okay, this time of year we haven't got an awful lot left, but what we've got in the middle here are the ex-display plants. We had 100 different varieties in here.
And the whole of the extended family have rallied round to support the business. Denise's father helps in the greenhouses.
That's nice being here with Denise, because when Adrien is not here a couple of nights or whatever, and that's company for her, and if there's any real problems, I can perhaps help her. Obviously, my wife and I are very proud of Denise and Adrien when they opened the business. And I'm obviously really proud of her now. And because she's my little girl, that'll never change.
As an extra source of revenue, they've also opened a shop, selling everything and anything to do with chilies. Adrien's mother is in charge.
Working in the shop's really great because, well, I've been in retail for many years and I really enjoy the work and meeting the public. And I can be here for when the children come out of school. So it's really, really nice, yes. It's nice to be on the doorstep.
7-year-old Holly also lends a helping hand.
And Andy, do you know if we've got any more of these?
I don't believe so, because only if it's at the bottom we've got it, that's all.
Kids have their family around a lot of the time. That's one of the main things about us being here, because we're a lot closer to family.
Just put them in the bag and then rest the bag on top, OK? Thank you.
They see their grandma and their nanny and granddad on both sides come over every week.
Thank you very much indeed. Thanks a lot.
As well as the store, they've also built a barbecue area for outside dining. But to increase their turnover, Adrien still wants to expand more. He plans to borrow a further £70,000 to turn this dilapidated cart lodge into a new, improved shop and visitors centre.
It's another project for us because now we've finished the main barn and the restaurant's running. It's a case of, getting a little bit itchy fingers. What can we do next? So how can we expand the business and how can we develop it, one step further?
It's just an ongoing thing. It's something we want to continue to build. Maybe build up and pass on to the kids. Who knows?
Scored, yay!
And after all their hard work, the business may be about to get the boost it really needs.
We are going to the Anglian Business Awards. We're one of 3 finalists for the Business Startup of the Year. So it's quite exciting and terrifying.
Is that better?
I think Mummy and Daddy are going to win. I think Mum and Dad will definitely win.
Adrien and Denise are being judged against other Suffolk-based businesses. 30 local companies were shortlisted for the award.
Sell everything. Grow them, sell them, cook with them, we have the rest.
And now it's down to the final 3.
The finalists for the Startup Business of the Year Award are My Ruby, The Chili Company, Time Appointments.
And I'm glad to announce that the winner of the Startup Business of the Year is The Chili Company.
Oh my God!
After just a year and a half as a going concern, Adrien and Denise have proved that their family-run chili business wasn't such a bad idea after all.
We won! I cannot believe it. I was crying by myself. It was like so surreal. He said the chili company and I thought, no.
That's us?
He couldn't have done.
No.
I'm so shocked. It's just unbelievable. I'm so happy. It's just real recognition for all our hard work,
I know.
isn't it?
I'm really proud of Denise because Denise does so much.
Oh, thank you.
Who would think that the love of a tiny plant could lead to such success? It'll take a further 3 years until Adrien can give up his IT work completely, but the Nuttles are well on the way to achieving their dream.
I'm in Carmarthenshire, West Wales, in the small village of Pencadder. On a hill above the main street stands the old village school, which has been closed since 1989. In 2010, builders Ian and Jane Hall-Edwards paid £170,000 for this sprawling 1-acre site.
All of our friends and family, without exception, think we're absolutely crazy.
Crazy mad.
taking this on, yeah.
Their plan is to turn it into a new home and a new business as a centre for teaching green and environmentally friendly building technologies, as their existing building company had run into trouble.
When the recession hit, a couple of years ago now, we were doing quite well before that. And overnight we lost about 95% of our contracts, laid off 17 boys. We made a decision that the way forward was the green technologies and the eco-friendly way.
For now, Ian and Jane are living in a caravan on site from where they've already started work on their restoration project.
What I love about this building is the size of it, the features, the barge boards and all the arches, and just sort of absolutely love the building itself. You know, why it was built 150 years ago to sort of educate the locals, and hopefully now we can bring it back to life and do pretty much the same.
Ian and Jane were hoping to fund the restoration from a rural development grant. But when that fell through, Ian decided he would do most of the work himself and has raised the money they need bit by bit through other building projects. It's a risky move to go into a restoration without a budget in place. This is a couple who are going to need help every step of the way.
Morning.
Morning.
How are you? This is one hell of a building site. Hi, Jen. How are you? Nice to meet you. You well?
Yep. Thanks.
This is a big, big project. Ian,
Not really? Not really?
Yeah.
No.
Should we go around and have a look? I want to browse this complex of buildings that you've got here.
The entire school footprint is 5,500 square feet, spread over 5 buildings. At one end is the headmaster's house, which is owned by someone else. Attached to it is the original Victorian assembly hall and 2 classrooms, with an adjoining 1960s extension. The old technical block, also built in the 1960s, completes the site.
Is this bit staying, or is this coming down?
No, that's staying. This was the last part built on the school.
Yeah.
I think it was originally built as an office.
And whereabouts is your house going to be? Where are you actually going to live in this
This area here is going to be the bedroom.
Up on the first floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this has all been rebuilt from scratch down to the ground.
So that's new build?
That's
new.
new.
Brand new.
Brand new.
That's amazing.
Everything that came out was going back in. The barge boards were the original barge boards taken down and rubbed back and restored.
With this building near to collapse, they've had to remove large sections of the structure before rebuilding. They've salvaged as many materials as they can. Restoration can sometimes be a painful process.
I mean, you stand here looking at this now and you think, oh my God.
And we've still got this to come down yet. So that's section.
Oh, that lean-to?
No, not
No, that's the only, that's staying.
Up to the lean-to?
Yeah, that bit's got to come down.
So you're taking this down?
Well, it's all leaning and cracked. And I like straight, flat things.
Fair enough.
New, straight, flat. I mean, I got to live here for the rest of my life and I want it right. But I want it to look like it was originally.
Built in 1878, Pencader School was designed in a Gothic style. This was popular at the time as the imposing architecture was thought to inspire pride in learning. It would have made quite an impression on the poor agricultural community, many of whom lived in much humbler dwellings, often with bare earth floors. The new school had places for 220 children, and all lessons would have been in English, even though everyone spoke Welsh at home. In the old assembly hall, you can still see traces of the fine building it once was, even amongst this scene of total devastation.
You got to watch where you're working in your mind.
Oh my God, crikey. Look at that.
The dry rot was amazing in this floor.
But you've had to take the roof off and everything.
That one's coming down.
Oh, you can see why. Crikey.
Yeah. See the crack in the corner?
This
like that.
particular wall had come away from the roof as well. It had come right out.
I'm just worried about how much you've got to do with the amount of money you've got, because it's big. There's a lot to do.
Yeah.
And it's really, to keep the cost down, you've got to do a lot of work yourself.
I mean, if we do get into more financial difficulty we can handle, we do have a boat we can sell.
It's been a challenge to keep hold of my boat. So you only get one boat, I think, and you must cherish it.
Yes. I've seen, obviously, bad buildings, well, good buildings in a bad state. But this is pretty bad.
But when we bought this, mind, I said to a lot of people, it takes somebody like me or us to buy something like this. Anybody with any sense wouldn't buy it. So you've got to be mad. Otherwise you wouldn't bother. But only the mad succeed.
Just getting to this stage has already cost Ian and Jane 40 grand. As every penny is going to count on this restoration, one of the ways that they've saved money is by doing the drawings themselves instead of hiring an architect.
Basically, there's kind of 3 sections to the building, really. Teaching, living, and exhibition.
Yes.
Their main entrance leads into a small lobby. Straight ahead is the classroom where students will learn about sustainable building practices and will see examples of the latest eco-technology. There will also be a canteen and an office with a green roof. Back through the lobby and you enter what was the old assembly hall, which will be an exhibition space and a reception room. A staircase leads to their first floor living area, consisting of an open plan kitchen living room with a balcony and 2 bedrooms with a shared bathroom. As well as displaying green technologies, the entire building will be fitted out with many different energy-saving solutions, ranging from rainwater collection to air source heat systems.
I think the layout that you've got looks absolutely fine. You want a very functional, practical, pragmatic piece of design, and I think you've got it. It seems to work really well. At this stage where you're at, I wouldn't change anything. It's good. You know what Ian and Jane are trying to do here is absolutely fantastic. Reusing an old school building to create a centre to learn about the retrofitting of old structures, dragging them into the 21st century. But when you look at the condition of the building, just how bad it is, you need a budget. These guys just haven't got one. I've got no idea how they're going to do it.
Winter has come to West Wales, where builders Ian and Jane Hall-Edwards are trying to turn a derelict Victorian school into their new home and business. They have no budget to speak of, but luckily perfectionist Ian is happy doing most of the work himself, helped by apprentices and staff from their building firm. The weather has slowed things down a lot, so their temporary caravan could be their home for some time to come. It's been 2 months since I was last here, and I'm keen to find out what progress they've made.
Morning. Morning. All systems go.
Yes.
Again, which is a good thing.
Hi.
How are you?
All flat out.
How was the winter?
Cold, wet.
Miserable.
Miserable.
And the build kind of slowed right down, did it?
Almost stopped, really. We were doing work as well outside.
Yeah.
So we had work to get on with, earn a few money. Yeah.
Keep the lads busy.
Yeah.
But not really cracking on with this.
No, and then it's been so frustrating because, you know, you come home and you look out the sort of caravan window and there's nothing got done. And then I'm like going, oh, nothing's getting done. I'm going to be living in a caravan for the rest of my life. Blah, blah, you know, suicide. And then it's like, oh, it'll be right, love, it'll be right, love. And then I want to get going, I want to do it because I'm fed up with living in a caravan. And, you know, but then we made a decision, ending we January, February, book it off.
The guys are off other projects.
Yeah,
they're going to be on
just
this
working here
for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And the tricky thing with that, you want to crack on, put the lads on it, you don't want to lose income, and you're pulling them off other projects that brings in the revenue, and you've got to pay their wages at the same time.
Difficult, but I don't tell him. Keep him in the dark.
The real challenge with this restoration is that only once they started work did they discover that all but one of the exterior walls was unstable and would need to be rebuilt from scratch.
This looks really good. I mean, when you think you were up to... were you around here somewhere?
Just a bit lower, I think. We hadn't had the sills on.
This is fantastic. Oh, the sills are beautiful, man. Look at that.
Yeah, these slate.
That's a fantastic bit of slate, that, isn't it?
Welsh.
And so you started all this for the drainage, yeah?
Yeah, that's the sewerage going down there. And then that, what he's digging now, is that's another rainwater harvesting pipe there.
So you're collecting all the water off all the roof profiles?
Every drop.
Every single drop?
13,000 litre tank.
Crazy. Crikey. Yeah, all you need now is a roof to actually collect the water on. The aim is to turn the school into an energy-efficient, carbon-neutral building, where water and heating bills are a thing of the past. So they won't just be teaching green, they'll be living green too.
Bit more! Come on, Wayne! How do you?
Today, the insulation is arriving for the upstairs bedrooms.
That's the stuff I want to see. Yep, people's reading.
You got it? Oh, here it comes. More rain. Despite their near non-existent budget, they've gone for the highest spec. I've never been up here before.
No,
exciting. God, look at that.
Finished bit.
That's great. You're going to pack this out, aren't you? I mean, this is like the NASA of insulation, this stuff is.
I got a funny feeling. I think it was invented.
It was. Stuff, wasn't it? This was invented by NASA. This is ingenious.
Space
fantastic.
blanket, it's called.
Thin insulation. That layer is a super insulator. What's fantastic is that it reduces the construction thickness of the roof. Gives you a greater sense of space, gives you more headroom.
This is going to be my, it's more of like a French window.
Yeah.
With a Juliet balcony.
Very smart. It's quite romantic, that, for you, isn't it?
This is what I was thinking of. Bed there, yeah, lovely summer's morning, if it's such thing, you know, sort of French doors open, sort of net flapping in the wind.
I didn't realise you were such a romantic. I'm sure.
Neither did you, Ed?
Ian and Jane are committed to the highest standards of restoration. But the scale and condition of the old building is overwhelming. If you look at this wall finish, this is a really hard cement mix. It's not a soft plaster. And to show you how bad the building is, look. That's how wet and damp and soaking this is. Yeah, that's just full of water. Look at it. Just crumbling away like cottage cheese. Ian may be doing most of the physical work, but Jane is in charge of the money. And it's her almost impossible task to balance the books on their building business and keep the project moving forward. On most jobs, normal jobs, you'd have a budget. You'd set yourself a time scale. You know you'd have that money in the bank, whether it's mortgage money or money that you'd saved up, and you plan according to that budget. You haven't actually got a budget, have you?
No. Well, at the original, when we bought the project, we were going in for a grant, which fell through. We were going in for large extension on the mortgage, which fell through. It worked out we were having roughly about 300,000 with the loan and the grant, which has gone from 300,000 to nothing. So it's scary.
As Ian and Jane brace themselves for the challenges that this unfinanced restoration will bring, I've been finding out more about the history of the building. Before the school was built in 1870, opportunities for education in Pencada were restricted to Sunday school or a small room attached to the local chapel, with space for only 60 children. This lack of provision was mirrored all over the country. But in 1870, a new law was passed. The Elementary Education Act entitled every child between the ages of 5 and 10 to go to school, and marked the start of state education as we know it. The next 10 years saw 4,000 schools being built all over Britain, and Pencada was one of them. Opening a school was one thing, but convincing a poor rural community to send their children there was another. I've come to Dead Street School in Hertfordshire, which has been preserved to look as it did in Victorian times. What a space, eh? And I'm joined by Jane Humphreys, Professor of History at Oxford University. So, Jane, I managed to dig out some of the kind of original log from the headmaster of Pencada. Yes. And I think it just proves how difficult it was for him just to get the numbers that he might have expected to have had. Friday, July the 19th. This week, more than usual, many pupils were in the habit of leaving school during recreation time at 11 for the sake of attending to home duties.
Well, this is the summer, so I'm sure they are being used in agricultural labour at this point. So potato picking, working in the fields. Girls were often kept at home to deal with needs of the family. So every time Mum had a new baby, the oldest daughter would be kept off school to be mother's helper.
It even says we might as well close school during the whole of July and August.
And that's what we've inherited. That's why we have those long summer holidays for our schools today. We inherited that from a previous time when children did go off and help with the harvest.
For the children of Pencada, going to school would have been a very alien and not altogether welcome experience.
Well, this is a galleried classroom. This allows the teacher to be able to see what's going on there at the back of the form.
Yeah, there's no hiding in this space, is there?
Dead Street School keeps a large collection of Victorian memorabilia, items that those first school children in Pencada would have been very familiar with.
Well, this shows you how the Victorians were very fond of giving out medals, as well as this kind of nice incentive. I'm afraid these schools also had sticks as well as carrots, and here's the cane.
God, and I'll tell you what, I bet that was a pretty painful...
Ooh.
Even that hurts.
And believe me, it was wielded quite often and quite energetically. In Pencada, there's another dimension to this, because many of the children would be Welsh speakers at home. They were taught in English, and the Welsh was very much discouraged, in fact, discouraged, backed up by a kind of violent regime. So the children had a little board that was called the Welsh knot, because it said Welsh knot. And it was hung round the necks of any child who was heard to be speaking Welsh. And the last child to be wearing the Welsh knot, I'm afraid, was caned before they went home. So, yes, it was a public humiliation.
Back in Pencada, at last the sun is shining. To take advantage of the good weather, Ian has mustered all his manpower on site, where they're finally getting round to demolishing the leaning wall of the old assembly hall. It's been 3 months since I was last at the school, and for the first time, I can see real signs of progress.
Morning, mate, how are you? You all right?
Yeah, a bit of a cold.
Oh, you're a bit under the weather today?
Yeah.
That's typical, isn't it? Just as the weather changes and the sun comes out,
you
get ill.
Yeah.
Now, I've noticed a for sale sign up on this house. That's the main one on the front that you're connected to. It would save you a lot of hassle to have it, wouldn't it?
Well, we offered him 70 grand and he accepted, and we were going through, and then we had a mortgage. The mortgage guy came up, looked at it, and he said, I'm not even going to value it. He said, because it's structurally unsound.
It's unmortgageable, so you couldn't get the finance on it.
But some woman at the road bought it for cash because she wanted it. It's a bit of a shame, but hey-ho. All meant to be used.
This looks magic. Really good.
At the front, things are coming along nicely.
Well, this looks like a bomb's gone off. Crikey.
When we go through to the old assembly hall, I'm reminded how much work they've got ahead of them and how ambitious this restoration really is.
How the hell are you doing the build and doing other building work off-site to keep the money coming in and get a new business venture going? How are you doing that? I mean, there's not enough hours in a day, surely.
No, there ain't. You just go to bed, you get up and just carry on, don't you? And I went to the doctor the other day and he said, oh, calm down, you know, just do sort of 6 days instead of 7.
Don't make yourself ill, mate. I mean, seriously, you don't kill yourself.
We'll get there, man, George.
Come on.
Money, or the lack of it, has been a constant worry on this project. When they started, they couldn't get financial backing because of the recession. So far, they've been able to scrape by doing the building work. But a green technology centre needs lots of green ecological kit, and that's expensive. The latest estimate is an eye-watering £130,000, and with no other options available to them, they've had to apply for another grant from the Welsh Assembly, which will require a matching loan.
I mean, I'll be brutally honest with you. I mean, I think what you're doing here is fantastic. You know, the standard of the build is brilliant, the idea for the business, the training, the ecological side. But the two of you are really pushing it, aren't you?
I mean, we're trying for this one grant now, but who knows? We've been let down so many times before.
Do you ever think that you wish you'd never taken this on in the first place?
Oh, God, yes.
Do you?
Yes. But if we walk away from this now, we'll go bankrupt and owe everybody money. You know, it's a half-built project. The money that we've put in this, we wouldn't even get half back. We actually do love the building. We love the build. We love the area. We love everything about it. It's just the pressure.
Doing a restoration of this scale and quality with no budget to fall back on takes superhuman levels of energy and commitment. Ian and Jane's refusal to compromise on the standard of their vision is great for the build, but I'm worried that the project may never finish.
They've put everything into this project. I just hope to God that it pays off.
In West Wales, Ian and Jane's restoration of a ruined Victorian school is now into its second year. So far, they've spent £60,000, every penny of which they've had to go out and earn through other building work. They do have one resource available to them, Ian's cherished boat, which could be worth up to £60,000. Selling it would allow them to buy much-needed building materials, but right now they can't quite bring themselves to part with this final reminder of their former life.
Time is gone, money's gone, everything's gone. So it's just sat there, rotting away.
It's been 2 months since I was last in Pencada.
Morning.
Hello. Morning.
How are you?
Okay.
All the weather's gone rubbish again.
You brought it with you?
It's always my fault. Always my fault. It's good to see you.
Morning.
You all right? That looks absolutely brilliant. The brickwork looks amazing up on that gable end, that elevation, and you've got the roof starting to go on. How are you feeling about it all?
Not different the last time, really. Everything's going all right.
Yeah?
Yeah, just money.
We did pick up some work since you were here last time,
Yeah.
but you've covered all the bills. And we just had the first payment of it. Now it's just run to Ian. We've got money in the account.
You got some money in?
We're not in a minus.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time for a very long time.
It's great that they've got some money in the bank at last. Psychologically, it's a real boost for them to start rebuilding that last exterior wall. But this piecemeal earn-as-you-go approach won't cover the expensive eco-items they need, like the heating systems and solar panels. For those, they've applied for a grant from the Welsh Assembly.
When did you hear about the grant?
I telephoned them yesterday and they just given the same speech to everybody that you'll hear by the end of September.
Right.
Which is a long time.
You're kind of treading water, though, at the minute, aren't you?
We sink regular. Don't just tread water.
I don't doubt the plan, I don't doubt the ambition, I don't doubt the business venture.
Day to day is whether we can eat or not. It's down to that fine, whether we can eat. I mean, all the bills get paid, 'cause that's priority, and the wages get paid, but whether we can eat is another matter.
I mean, that's a huge...
But I'm on healthy eating anyway. And don't eat as much.
Yeah, it's good for the diet, mate. Keeps the weight off.
Look how much I've wasted away.
Just keep working and don't eat and pay the bills and it'll all be fine.
Good.
They might be cash poor, but they're not lacking in passion for this huge restoration project, or the skills needed to get it done. Ian is single-handedly restoring all 19 of the large Victorian windows. He's using the old technical block as a makeshift workshop.
As you can see now, some of it is totally rotten. I mean, that ain't going to go back on. So we'd have to renew that bit.
Each window needs to be taken apart and assessed for damage.
Come to Daddy.
The areas of rotten timber will be removed and carefully replaced with new.
Some of them, some of them, I'm lucky to get one piece out of them.
Yeah.
The other ones, then, I've, managed to save the entire window.
Look at all the damp that's got on that timber.
Over 100 years of accumulated paint needs to be stripped back to reveal the original timber. Once completed, each restored window will be fitted with new panes of high-spec glass and new ironmongery.
If you were going to do this from scratch, this would be...
40 grand I got priced for these.
I was just about to say 2 grand a window.
And that was without the glass.
What?
And I bought that timber over there for, I think it was about 3.5 grand.
That's a bargain.
It is a bargain.
The quality of work and attention to detail on this restoration is extraordinary. But because of the financial pressure, Ian and Jane are feeling low. The school may have been closed for the past 2 decades, but there are still plenty of people in the village who can remember when it was at the heart of the community. I've organised a reunion which will bring together teachers and pupils from the past 70 years to share their memories of life in Pencada. It's also a perfect opportunity for Ian and Jane to meet them and explain their plans for this next chapter in the school's history.
That's the office bit, and then the green roof on there.
Eric Evans, teacher.
My first job in teaching. That's the school, that's the school building.
Yeah.
The school is a fantastic place, you know, that's all I got is good memories of it. It's always, everything is positive. You know, the kids were absolutely superb, and well, the buzz I get from today, you know, 40 years on, is unbelievable.
I even managed to meet some of the last people to pass through the school gates.
I remember sitting in a classroom one day and something fell from the ceiling, so I think the building was having problems then, really, and I think that's when it was. I think the new school was being built at the time, but I think the building was. It was in ruins. It was, yeah.
On its last legs with you two in there. And what do you think about the restoration project that's happening up there?
I wish I'd bought it.
Yeah, do you?
Everyone seems to have a great affection for the building.
Cheese! Cheese! Big wave! I'll put that on Crime Watch later.
And the overwhelming feeling is that they're delighted it's been saved, and more importantly, that it's going to have a new role in educating and providing work for local people for years to come.
I mean, does it kind of bring it home to how important the building is for the community?
I've never seen it like that until today. Today you said, well, you're doing something for other people. You're not just renovating a school. You're sort of rebuilding something for the community, something that people had memories of, and restoring it. Because without us, that place would have fell down. So,
soon.
Yeah. I might have to put a little bit more effort into it now.
Back on site, work is beginning on the small 1960s extension.
In the mixer was.
Instead of insulating from the inside, the panels have been fixed externally. And today's specialist plasterer is applying a silicon render. Three layers reinforced with mesh will form a tough waterproof exterior that doesn't need painting when it's finished.
If you're going to insulate the inside of somebody's house, it's very invasive. Whereas turn up to somebody's house, do this, there's no disruption to their life. And it's a nice finish when it's done. The cost of running this is going to be zero. We've got to do it to show people, which is what we're trying to do here.
It's September, and the deadline for the Welsh Assembly grant has passed, but the outcome is still unclear.
Morning.
Morning.
It's good to see you. How are you? You all right?
If they can't raise the cash for the school's eco-kit, their business model could fail.
Why don't you sell the boat? Why don't you just flog it?
We are.
You're going to sell the boat? Because you didn't want to originally,
No,
did you?
it was my last bastion. So the house went, the bike haven't moved for over a year, the car's knackered. So, I know the boat's got to go. So.
How much will you get for the boat, do you think?
We've had a little luck, and if we go for a quick sale, we should get about 60, 65.
I come to terms that, you know, I'm here mostly 365 days a year, I might spend a couple of days on it. And then he sat there doing nothing, and I thought, well, let's get this done.
Selling their boat for anything approaching £60,000 would make a huge difference to the pace of this build. But they still need that grant of £67,000 to be able to afford all the green technologies to launch their new business. So while they're waiting to hear, they're continuing to focus on keeping money coming in through their building company and doing what they can on site. Six weeks later, it's an important day for Ian and Jane.
Yay!
After nearly 3 years of living in a caravan, they're finally waving it goodbye and relocating it to the local holiday park.
And don't get me wrong, nice caravan, lovely caravan. You know, we wouldn't have survived this long without it. But, yeah, ta-da.
It's been a year since I first came to Pencada School. And for Ian and Jane, it's been a financial and emotional roller coaster trying to convert the school into both a home and an ecological building centre. When I was here last, the whole future of this restoration was hanging in the balance, while they waited to hear if they'd been awarded a government grant.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
There are a lot of people working on site today, which could be a good sign.
So, any news about the grant?
We have the grant.
You've got it.
We do.
That's brilliant news.
It is. Good.
news. I mean, this means you can finish it, doesn't it? You can get on and get it done.
It means we can biotechnologies, which is what it's all about at the end of the day. It's about opening the eco-centre, it's about having the technologies and being carbon neutral.
It's really turned a corner.
It's great, and we just got to sort of get a plan of action together now, which is what we are in the middle of doing. So it's all good.
And the other thing that gives me great hope, the caravan's gone.
Yay!
So where are you sleeping now?
In the house.
We bought the house, attached.
You've bought that house out the front?
Bought the house.
We have, yes.
You're kidding me?
No.
Their escape from the caravan has come thanks to their daughter and son-in-law, who have lent them the money to buy the headmaster's house, which thankfully means they now not only own the entire site, but they can live more comfortably while completing the build.
I thought that opportunity was long gone.
The person who owned it pulled out because it just wasn't progressing.
Right,
so they rang us up and said, would you buy it?
Made it for 15, Ian.
You are joking me.
No, I am not.
You bought that bloody house for 50 grand?
Yeah.
That's a steal.
It is.
Should we go around and have a look at the side of all the work?
Yeah.
After months of disappointments and real hardship, Ian and Jane are at last getting the luck that they deserve. And even though there's still a long way to go, it feels like the future of the school is finally secure. When they first started this restoration, the building was in such a terrible state that most people wouldn't have gone near it. But slowly, brick by brick, Ian and Jane are bringing about an almost miraculous transformation. Some areas which were completely demolished have had to be completely rebuilt. But through sheer force and determination, Pencada School is rising from the rubble.
I mean, the work that's gone in to all that brick detailing and all the stone and the brick arches is magic. And you've got that wall up, look at that, it's all there.
I know.
And it's flat. Yeah, exactly. It's great. I know you wanted to be further on, but it takes as long as it takes.
Correct.
You know, with all the pressure you've been under with the money. I'm amazed that you've even reached this stage, to be honest with you.
Well, if you think about it ironically, everything we're looking at today, we did in our spare time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've worked flat out.
Yeah.
And then when we've had 5 minutes, then time we've been doing this. So this has been done in our spare time. So, and it's going to be amazing when it's done.
It will be.
In the parts that are finished, the original character of the old school is once again visible in all its Gothic Victorian glory. Inside, the rooms that will be used for the training centre are still taking shape. But with the grant and the money they'll hopefully get from selling their boards, they'll now have enough to finish them to the same high standard as the rest of the build. Upstairs in their private living space, what will be their kitchen living room is in a similar unfinished state. But their bathroom is plumbed in and their bedroom is almost complete.
There's paint on the walls. That's great.
Window.
Is that one of the refurbished windows? That is actually amazing. If you brought someone in who hadn't actually seen the work that you'd put in on restoring the old ones, I think they would think they were new windows. I mean, honestly, this is like a lesson in recycling and restoring an old building.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I'm telling you. The standard of the craftsmanship. Everywhere, it's top spec stuff, but it's all restored as well. The passion, really, and dedication behind it. If you carry on at that level, it'll be an amazing project when it's finished.
Next year.
Pencada School has been one of the most stressful restoration projects I've ever seen. And it's only Ian and Jane's endurance and drive that's got them this far. After 3 years of struggle, the government funding finally gives them the backing they need to complete their vision for the building. And I can't wait to come back for this restoration's final chapter. In West Wales, Ian and Jane's restoration of Pencada School has gathered new momentum, as their £67,000 grant from the Welsh Assembly has finally come through. In addition, their bank has matched the funds, which gives them the money they need to buy and install the top-spec eco-technologies that their new dream home and business will showcase. At the heart of this is an innovative £100,000 renewable heating system.
At this peak on a nice day like today, where it's cool and the sun's out, it's producing probably 8-ish, maybe 10 kilowatts. I'm only using one, so the rest of it's been sold back to the grid. Come on, last panel. I mean, I did a quick calculation the other day. Over the 20 years, I was getting £83,000 back. There's no gas, no oil, no coal, because it's just, well, that big yellow thing up over there. And that is a ta-da moment. All the panels finally on and connected.
Even with Ian and Jane's years of building experience, the scale and ambition of this restoration project is unbelievable. Saving Pencada School from collapse has been an epic struggle. A year after my last visit, I'm back to see if the couple have finally secured its future.
I can't believe it. I'm in a state of shock. Look at it, all homely, and you looking all smart without your building gear on. Nice to see you. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, this is looking incredible, mate.
4 years of hard work.
It looks absolutely brilliant. Windows in, doors in, balcony on, all your technology up at the top. It looks like a home for the first time ever. That big pile of stuff you had over there has now become a piece of architecture over there.
When I first visited 2 years ago, closed for 20 years and full of dry rot, this imposing piece of Victorian architecture was a crumbling shell. Ian and Jane have now completely rebuilt all but one of the school's original Gothic facades and brought the restored structure into the 21st century by kitting it out with the latest green technologies.
It's not just a restoration project, I mean this is like a new build, practically, when you think how much you took down and how much you've rebuilt again. Well, I think what you've achieved is just unbelievable, actually.
We're getting here.
Should we go inside, have a look? Come on, lead the way. Look at all your garden, look at how smart it is. Look at that. It's a proper house. Lovely fire in the corner. Look at the light coming through those windows as well. That's beautiful, isn't it?
Awesome, the windows.
They look fantastic, and I love the way that you've kept the exposed bit of brickwork in between.
Yes.
You've got a proper living room for the first time in years.
Yes, a bit bigger than the caravan.
Adjoining the lounge is a bathroom. Its timber wall panelling was reclaimed from the 19th century assembly hall next door. With water heated by a combination of solar, air and natural sources, and the toilet flushed by collected rainwater, it's designed to be sustainable on every level.
That looks great, doesn't it? It's actually come up really well.
It is really nice.
Upstairs, the former double-height classroom has a mezzanine level with a living and dining room. The couple's principles have always been more important than the pace of the project. Every possible piece of the school's 130-year-old timber has been carefully recycled, from the structural oak beams to Ian's skillfully restored windows.
But it's all part of the ethos of this building, isn't it? It's not just about the technology and the gadgets, and it's not just about the insulation. It's about reusing, salvaging as much as you possibly can. Don't waste anything.
And then when it's done, try not to waste energy from there on in as well.
Yeah. So through to the bedrooms. Oh, that's really nice. Very smart double bedroom in there.
Yeah.
And your master bedroom suite.
And he promised me the romantic with all the blinds.
He did,
yeah,
look
remember?
at all that.
Not being romantic in the bedroom.
The net.
The
yeah,
net
yeah,
curtains.
But you said.
Swishing in the wind.
And the beauty of the net curtains.
I'm still waiting for the romance.
Something else is new.
Go on.
We have a green roof.
The birds and the bees and all the butterflies and the flowers that come on are brilliant.
Since my first visit, the school's 1960s extension has become Ian and Jane's new office. It models 2 energy-saving insulation techniques that can be easily retrofitted, an external render and a sedum and meadow roof.
It just adds to the layers of what you're trying to teach people here, isn't it? You could have easily knocked that down, but instead you go, no, we'll keep it and we'll show how you can take a post-war structure that's actually quite ugly and make it really nice. You actually have.
25 years after Pencadder School closed its doors, it will soon be a hub of learning once more. 80% of the building will be dedicated to teaching green building techniques, and the team of apprentices are applying the finishing touches to the training areas.
So this is the classroom.
It is.
It is.
The hub of all the education of flooring and underfloor heating. You've basically got every single type, haven't you? It's really good.
And the idea is people can come in here, take their shoes off, and they can sort of stand on the floor.
Yeah.
And then they could feel the difference that it would make having the different types of flooring. Oh, I want wood. Oh, no, I want tile. Oh, I like tile. But what if I was to do it upstairs? Would he say, we'll stand by here? Oh, yeah, oh, that's nice.
I think it's brilliant. It's a really good demonstration room. You know, you're just reinventing the school into something absolutely new. It's brilliant.
After 4 years of financial juggling, Ian and Jane have not only rescued this locally cherished building from the brink, but they've proved that any restored historic building can be retrofitted and made sustainable. And that's something to celebrate.
I can't believe we're actually standing in here. You have to pinch yourself a little bit and think, you have actually done it. It's great, isn't it?
Very strange.
Honestly, you've done a brilliant job. I'm super impressed. Cheers, everyone. Well done for all your hard work.
Diolch yn fawr.
I've got a tiny little present for you.
Ooh, presents. We like presents.
Tiny little present for you. It's the Welsh alphabet. It's from 1900 from a Welsh school.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah? You've got to have a sheep one in there, haven't you?
Thank you, George.
But only the mad succeed, is what you said.
It's true.
That was the line.
Well, you don't come madder than us, do they?
No, we're not mad.
Over the last 4 years, Ian and Jane have sacrificed absolutely everything. All of their money, all of their time, their entire social life to restore this building. And the financial fight has been nothing short of staggering. Every time they've been knocked to the ground, they've picked themselves up and battled on. They've now not only got themselves a beautiful new home, but they've also recycled a drafty old school into a really innovative training centre that will hopefully teach thousands of people about sustainable building for many years to come.
I'm in Northumberland, the northernmost county in England and one of my old stomping grounds. On the outskirts of the market town of Rothbury, where the River Coquet narrows and passes through a rocky channel, stands picturesque Thrum Mill, a well-loved local landmark. The mill was built in 1665 by the Duke of Northumberland's estate, and its wheel continued to turn until the 1960s. This Grade 2 listed but forgotten gem was eventually bought in 2008 by shoe shop owner Dave Headley and his wife Margaret for £245,000. Their dream is to restore Thrum Mill and turn it into a family home for them and their 2 grown-up children. There are no less than 18 separate conservation and planning restrictions on the building, including all original features which need to be kept, no additional windows can be added, and that the watermill wheel itself is reinstated and built using traditional materials.
Our friends all know we're crazy, full on crazy. No normal people would buy the mill.
Crazy romantics.
This part of Britain is just so stunningly beautiful, but at the same time it's got a kind of a real grit to it, where the architecture and all the buildings are just so super strong and such a fundamental part of the northeastern heritage. Look at that. What a fantastic building. Trying to find the front doors. This is.
Oh, there you are, George.
Hey.
Hi, George.
How are you? You must be Margaret. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Yeah, lovely to
well?
meet you too.
What a great building you've got.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Super
fantastic.
looking.
Come on, we'll show you.
Super, it is.
Should we go and have a look round?
Fantastic.
Where's the best place to go?
Dying to show you it.
It's a bit noisy down here,
That's
mate.
incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
You couldn't have picked a more difficult site, could you, really? Good, even putting the scaffold up must have been a challenge.
It was. Oh,
lethal. I'm not even going to ask you why you went for this property.
Sat here all this time. Somebody could have done it, but they didn't. It waited for us.
I mean, it's not just about owning it. You know, you've got to have your input into it. You know, you've got to have had the blood, sweat, and tears. You know, and then when you've had the blood, sweat, and tears, you know, you will feel it is yours, and you've earned it.
Dave is planning to do most of the work himself, and he's got the luxury of not having to finish it by a particular date. One of his biggest challenges is going to be reinstating the mill wheel. It's a key condition of their planning consent, and Dave also wants to use the wheel to generate hydroelectricity to power their new home.
So how high would this wheel have been?
14 foot.
Really?
14,
That's massive.
8 wood spokes.
Yeah.
A metal outer ring.
Can I stand on it?
You can, yeah. Yeah.
So you're going to recreate the wheel?
Recreate it, yeah. Hydro is the best option. Might as well get some hydro.
Well, you'd be mad not to do it, really, wouldn't you? You've got this amazing natural power source next to you that can provide all that energy. It's a great way of dragging this building back into the 21st century, but also reusing it, isn't it? You're recycling the building, you're using the energy just the same way they did 150 years ago, just for a slightly different purpose, that's all.
Have a look at the mill, which obviously needs quite a bit of work done.
Oh my God, you've still got the millstones in place.
Still got the millstones.
Yes, they're all there.
Can I walk on all this?
Yes, you're fine.
Sure?
Yeah.
And what's this room going to be in here?
This
is living room.
Yeah.
Lounge.
My God, you've got your work cut out.
Yeah.
The millstones take up most of the far end of the ground floor, but it's written into their planning permission that all of the original mill machinery must be left in place.
Well, that's the challenge. You've got to make all these, you know, artifacts work for themselves. You know, they've got to be unique room features.
Up to the bedrooms.
Up to the bedrooms?
Yeah.
I love the way you're saying it as if it's all finished. I love that. So this is the
bedrooms.
bedrooms.
All it takes is a little imagination and we're there.
So this is going to be the view from your bedroom?
Yep.
That's the one.
Oh my God. Look at that.
We watch the salmon leap right from this spot.
Yeah.
The lower floor of the mill is currently accessed by some rickety stairs, leading to its own entrance.
So here we go down to the kitchen.
It's the rustic finish.
The rustic look.
Yeah.
Where's all this come from the floor?
That's come from the firebox.
An amazing amount of stone.
That's the spoils.
What's the risk of flooding in this?
Floods. Well,
Really?
when we bought, the report come back, balance of probability, twice in 100 years.
Twice in 100 years?
We've had 2 floods in 2 years.
Are you joking?
They knew exactly where to put a water mill.
Yeah. And then you've got all this kit, all still in place, which is unbelievable, really.
You've still got the wooden shaft.
Yeah.
The wheel itself, it would have had a shaft that size in wood. You don't see them in everybody's kitchen, do you?
No, definitely not.
Since they bought the mill, Dave and Margaret have commissioned much-needed archaeological survey work, and for 3 years have been wading through conservation red tape. But finally, they're able to start work. The mill is built over 3 floors, anchored into the bedrock of the river. The lower floor will become their kitchen, incorporating the mill machinery, which will be operational. The old cookhouse will be a snug with a mezzanine bedroom for guests. The lower floor of the kiln will be turned into a utility room. A new staircase runs up to the ground floor, which has direct access out to the country lane. This will be their living room, complete with feature millstones. There'll also be a storage room, a cloakroom and a study, which will occupy the upper floor of the kiln. Another flight of stairs takes us up to the top floor, which will be divided into 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. The mill is Grade 2 listed, so Dave and Margaret aren't allowed to add or enlarge any windows. But the skylights in the roof will bring much needed light into the whole space.
I absolutely love everything about this project. It's the most beautiful building and the most beautiful location. But this is unbelievably tough. They've got 18 separate planning conditions on this building. They've got conservation officers, the Environment Agency, everybody in the local area all having a view about what they're going to do here. And not only that, this building could flood at any time.
The restoration of Thrum Mill is now in its 4th month, but progress has been slow. This is because Dave is busy running his shop and can only be on site 3 days a week. Dave has been helped by his son Chris, who's an electrician by trade. For such a difficult project, Dave and Margaret have a challenging budget of just £125,000.
I just like it. I just like being here and I like doing all the work.
Outside, work on the new water wheel has begun. Dave is constructing a wooden template which will help him confirm the final measurements.
Make a note of that. It's clears it by 3 inches that side.
Conservation are insisting that the new wheel looks as much like the original as possible, so Dave's using old photographs of the mill as a guide.
It's a big piece of engineering, that's what I would call it.
The water wheel is going well, but the stairs are problematic. The plans Dave and Margaret inherited included a design for a staircase that goes up through all 3 floors. But when Dave began to mark this out, he found there wasn't enough headroom on the ground floor to comply with building regs. The constraints of this old building makes a redesign difficult.
Can't move the windows, can't move the doorways. So the options are move the staircase to another part of the building, or spiral staircase. It's going to be a spiral staircase as far as I can see, unless there's a stroke of genius.
While Dave and Margaret face the challenge of changing the fundamental purpose of this building, I'm keen to look back into the history of the mill. I've managed to unearth a map from 1833, which clearly marks our mill. However, further upstream is another site called Old Mill. I've no idea what the relationship is between them, but both were under the ownership of the Duke of Northumberland. So I've come to the heart of the estate, Alnwick Castle, home to an incredible private archive.
Morning, Chris.
Hello, George.
How are you?
Welcome to Alnwick Castle.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Unbelievably, Chris Hunwick, the estate's archivist, has found a link between this mysterious old mill and one of the most infamous events in British history.
Well, the 9th Earl, under whom that mill was built, spent nearly 17 years in the Tower of London implicated in Gunpowder Plot.
That's amazing.
He put his cousin, Thomas Percy, in charge of the castle here as constable.
Yeah.
And Thomas was one of the key conspirators who actually hired the rooms underneath the House of Lords to store the gunpowder.
My God.
And unfortunately for the 9th Earl, the night before the plot, he'd popped over to Sion House, where the 9th Earl was in residence, on the outskirts of London, and possibly tipped off the 9th Earl that he might not want to go to Parliament the next day.
I see. And so then how did the mill come about? What's the connection there?
Well, the Earl was fined £30,000 for his implication in the plot. So the Earl set about improving his estates to improve the revenue so that he could pay for his fine. And mills were critical to that. There we are. Welcome to the archives, George.
Oh, my word. What a fantastic place. Look at this.
In this Rothbury box here, we've got a letter from 1608. And you'll see here, this is a letter from William Ord, the collector of rents for the Earl, based in Rothbury.
Yeah.
He's writing to the Earl in the Tower. He suggests an improvement for the estate. You see this. This is a new rent. I have agreed for the building of a fulling mill to be built on the river of Coquet, or Coquet. This first mill, known as Thrum Mill, was a fulling mill, so it's to do with wool. So this is his suggestion, that if the Earl outlays £12 to build a new mill, he'll get £5 back per annum thereafter.
If he had to pay back his £30,000 fine?
Yeah, yeah.
£30,000 is a staggering amount of money if you can build a mill for 12 quid.
Exactly.
55 years later, our mill, a corn mill, is built a few hundred yards downstream, and Chris is able to show me the very first lease.
Here we are. So you'll see, interestingly, this is labelled Rothbury New Mill, alias Thrum Mill. This is quite nicely written. And so this now describes it as all that watercorn mill with the appurtenances now erected or to being erected upon the river of Coquet. And the first tenant is Richard Gare, and that's his mark. We don't know exactly what happened to that first one, but it could have been flooded out. The Coquet does flood often, even now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It could have been to do with the ravages of the Civil War. So perhaps the fulling mill falls out of use during the course of the 17th century, and then this new mill is built a bit closer to the Thrum, where the force of the water is really powerful.
It's been 4 months since I was last at Thrum, and I'm looking forward to seeing how things have moved on.
Morning, mate. How you doing? Hi, George.
And the news is the staircase problem hasn't gone away. Dave is still struggling to come up with a design that works for him, the planners and building regulations.
Instinctively, and I mean, I've only just turned up on site, so there might be other constraints on the back of this, but instinctively I was thinking, why doesn't the staircase, and it might feel like it divides the room up a bit more on this level, but your upper level would work better, is actually if your staircase went up here, turned, and went up again. So instead of being a long linear stair, which is going to wreck your bedrooms upstairs and your bathrooms and everything else, actually you do a kind of tighter, more contained stair. It wouldn't be a spiral. I'm not a fan of spirals, to be honest, because I think...
Not in a mill, especially.
Well, the other thing is that sometimes it's pointless, because with a spiral staircase, you've still got to have the same width turning back on itself anyway.
By changing the linear staircase to one that turns, it will comply with all the regulations and won't block any windows. I've also suggested that Dave and Margaret move the master bedroom ensuite to the centre of the plan to make the bedroom the full width of the mill.
The compromise would be on your bedroom too at the back.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah? To come along and down, the staircase is then going to have to turn back on itself around here, which means this is the door position that might have to move to make it work. You might have to move that door position from here to somewhere like here.
Outside, the water wheel is taking shape.
Look at that!
That's got the overall dimensions.
That's fantastic, that!
It's going to be oak spokes for the outer rim, for the spokes.
Are you making it?
Yeah. Who else am I going to have do my wheel? You know, I think what it is it's literally like a lonely building. You know, it's used to noise. You know, you should come through the door, and there should just be noise and vibration, and there's nothing.
It's just it's a living thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's a dynamic piece of architecture. Yeah. It's not something that's just standing still. It's active, kinetic piece of kit.
On the lower level, where the kitchen will be, Dave's been busy. He's cleared the rubble and lifted the old flagstones before installing underfloor heating. Today, he's got the boys together to start relaying the floor and has asked me to lend a hand.
Nah, that is a heavy bit of stone, that. Well, I picked the heaviest one first. I'm gonna have a hernia.
I think that's the thickest one.
You definitely stitched it.
Yeah, good on you, George.
See, most architects just sit in the office all day. Pretty little sketches, few doodles. Not the northern lads, straight into it. They're all different thicknesses and everything. You're working with a natural material that was here for kind of industrial use, really. But it's important to try and get those levels right, so when we put a bed of mortar down there, it's going to be like pushing these things in, trying to level them all out, and we just need a very gentle slope from that top edge all the way down to all the mill gear, because if this place does have a flood, we need to get the water out.
Thrum Mill's solid construction and fortress-like appearance is why it stood the test of time. But back when it was built, flooding was the least of its worries. For 300 years, our mill was at the centre of a battleground between England and Scotland. From the 14th century to the beginning of the 17th century, people lived in fear of being killed and robbed, not only by armies, but marauding neighbours known as border reavers, who destroyed anything that stood in their way. Smailholm Tower across the border in Scotland was built in the 15th century as a protection against the reavers. Historian Alistair Moffat is a descendant of a reaving family and an expert on these troubled times.
So just looking at this building, I mean, it's incredibly strong, very well kind of fortified, very defensible. Is that why Thrum was built the way it was?
Without a doubt. You know, it's a little fortress on the Coquet.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it looks like. I mean, this is in a defensive position. This is on top of a crag, and you can see for 30 miles from here, but Thrum's on the side of the Coquet in a real declivity. And that means it's more vulnerable.
It's amazing how it changes your perception of a place when you understand its history. I always thought Thrum was a really romantic, idyllic spot. Actually, it must have been bloody scary to be a miller there.
Very scary. It was built at a time when this was a thoroughly criminalised society. You know, watch your head.
Oh my word, Alistair, this is unbelievable.
Rothbury is away over there, just at the tail of the Cheviot Hills.
Yeah.
There'd be a watchman here, George, be looking for bands of reavers, and he'd light a beacon if he saw them to warn everybody round about, to get their beasts inside, to find their weapons, to hide their women, and all that kind of thing.
In 1603, King James succeeds Elizabeth I, and as King of Scotland and England, unites the two countries, ushering in a more peaceful age. But change doesn't happen overnight, and the fear of violence was still present 60 years later, when David and Margaret's mill was built.
The building a mill at Rothbury that looks like a blockhouse, you know, all of that certainly was a testament to a dreadful and terrible past.
And the reavers, did they die out because of the border changing?
They did. They essentially calmed down and took up rugby.
It's summer, and we're now 6 months into this unique restoration.
Morning. What's going on with the roof? Has it collapsed?
Yeah, just went.
Just went?
The rest of it went in, yeah.
Dave and his team are trying to keep the costs down by doing most of the work themselves. They were going to employ a specialist contractor to reconstruct the main roof, but they've now taken the bold step of tackling this job as well.
I think you should take it off.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. Because even though the slates are in fantastic nick, I think when you look at all the stonework you've got to do up the parapet edge, and the chimney, and the ridge, and the fact you've got to refelt, re-insulate, you might as well just strip it back and start from scratch. In fact, it'll probably be quicker and easier.
You've talked us into it.
Sorry, mate.
Most people would become disheartened by such a challenging restoration, but Dave seems to be thriving on it.
You're testing your own limits and pushing yourself to see whether you can make it work. Personally, whether you can do it.
Yeah. Well, that's true, because I mean, there's certain people who've had out on this, and they're saying, "Oh, you can't have that, you can't do that." And I think, well, actually, I think we can, and I think I will.
Dave and his team have now repaired all of the old stone walls and chimneys, and they've reconstructed the roof. But while all this work was going on, Dave's wife Margaret, who already suffers from arthritis, fell ill with pneumonia.
Poor Dave got a bit of a fright.
I'm not surprised, I bet you did, mate.
Yeah, I did.
What happened exactly?
I don't know, I was busy putting the roof on.
And then?
And we've got this strange little text come to the hospital now. And we've got taken into a side room and told she was in intensive care. So.
Intensive care?
Well, they told me they were going to ventilate me and take me to intensive care and ventilate me. And I just panicked thinking, what happens then, you know? Sometimes you don't come back out of it, which the doctors even thought I wasn't going to.
Now that Margaret's health is improving, Dave's focus is back on the build. In the meantime, I've managed to explore deeper into our mill's past, discovering that it was once leased by Sir William George Armstrong, one of the great inventors of the Victorian age. Thrum Mill fueled his fascination with the power of moving water. Armstrong's hydraulic inventions made his fortune, with which he built Craigside, a magnificent Tudor Revival mansion close to Thrum Mill. Here he pursued his fascination with hydroelectricity, which generated power for his estate.
Morning, Henrietta.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Henrietta Heald is the author of a book on the life and work of William Armstrong.
What technology and inventions did he bring to Craigside?
Craigside was the first house in the world to be lit by hydroelectricity. It was actually in this room, in this gallery, as it is known, that light came on for the first time.
That's a staggering achievement for any building and inventor, isn't it?
It is, indeed. And, of course, it happened with help of Joseph Swan, because Joseph Swan was a Newcastle chemist and he was a friend of Armstrong, and he had just managed to perfect, after many years of trying, the first light bulb. And Armstrong had the power, and he had the means. 1880s actually was when it first came on.
The first light bulb comes on, powered by hydroelectricity.
Yes.
I mean, incredibly ecological for its time.
Craigside became known as the Palace of the Modern Magician, a showcase for all the latest technologies of the age. Armstrong's hydroelectrics powered hot and cold running water and even central heating. It was the only house of its time to boast such luxuries. It's now 18 months into the restoration, and despite the improved appearance of the stonework, the scaffolding is still up. However, Margaret is back on site and is keen to show me one major development.
Margaret?
Hello.
There you are, how are you?
Inside, on the lower floor, in what will be their kitchen, Dave and Margaret have a long way to go. But there is one big development.
Staircases in?
Staircases in. 2 staircases.
You've cracked it?
Cracked it, at last.
Slowly, slowly it's coming together, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how does the staircase look upstairs? Is that one in
Great.
as well?
Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Actually, when you get to this level, it works really well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Because I know you were worried about it coming too far into the space.
Yeah. No,
when you think of all the restrictions of your head height, hitting that timber, avoiding the wind upstairs, getting the wall in the right position upstairs, it was really difficult.
Yeah.
You've probably come up with the best and the most efficient scheme, and actually I think it's the only way it would have worked.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's brilliant. I'm chuffed.
This is it.
Class. Proper grafting
Restoring the
workshop,
mill
that's
as
what I
well
like
is
to see.
part of the planning
Yes, yeah.
conditions. At a cost of £12,000, 224 individual pieces of steel are being cut that will make up the wheel's outer rim.
And the way this has been cut, it's like 21st century laser technology, slicing through steel like a knife through butter. Is this it?
This is
coming
it.
together already, that's fantastic, that.
Yeah, it's coming together quick.
The nice thing about this stuff is because it's been made in all these individual bits, means you could actually assemble it on site in sections, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could.
I had this mad image that this 4.5-ton lump of a whale was coming up in one big massive section, but I mean, the steel of that weight, you'd never get it in.
No. Well, no, it's wait, just picking that bit up's enough.
Yeah.
A few weeks later, and after a call from Dave and Margaret, I'm back at the mill. There's been a major flood, their third in 4 years.
I honestly thought when I came around that headland, if it wasn't there, you know, I wouldn't be surprised because there was so much destruction. I thought the gable end would have gone. Yeah, that's all the scaffolding boards away, you see. That's all my bottom stage gone.
All the scaffolding boards gone.
And the amount of debris, you know, heavy materials that came down, and the velocity.
Well, so you had, what, trees coming down, branches?
Trees, security fencing, gate posts.
unbelievably big stones. And the mill race, which was empty, is 4 and 5 foot full of heavy stones. You know, it's jam-packed with debris, which, you know, it's going to be absolutely murder to move.
It's kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back on this build, isn't it? You make a big leap ahead and then you get knocked by the weather and you have to take a back step and then get your head down and get stuck into it again.
Has he not told you he's broke his rib?
He broke his ribs?
Has a broken rib, yeah. It's only a week ago since he'd done it. He's not supposed to be doing anything at all. He's tackled the windows, he's been doing all sorts of ridiculous things that he shouldn't have been doing. But you can't stop yourself.
He doesn't know the meaning of the word rest.
No chance.
At all, does he?
So there's a tiny bit of us thinks, oh, drat, Dave's hurt himself. How long's that going to push me mill back?
I first came to Thrum Mill almost 2 years ago. Despite the enormous challenges they've faced personally and financially, Dave and Margaret have never given up on their dream. To keep costs down, Dave and the family have done most of the work themselves, but they've still come to the limit of their £125,000 budget.
Morning.
Hi, George.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
What a fantastic day.
I know, it's gorgeous.
Absolutely beautiful.
After 50 years of neglect, this building has finally been saved. The entire roof has been restored and for the first time is fully insulated. All the original stonework has been repaired and repointed, a great achievement by Dave and the family.
Look at that. The stonework looks beautiful, the windows are fantastic, and the roof, you can tell it's really well insulated because the snow hasn't melted.
Come in, George.
Before they started the restoration, the lower floor was a mess of broken masonry and abandoned mill machinery. It was hard to believe that this could ever become a home.
Oh, look at that. Oh, it's really good, isn't it? Really homely, really beautiful. Everything you look at just feels really rich in terms of the material and the detail, doesn't it?
We didn't want to overdo it. You know, you really could overdo it. You had to get the right balance.
I don't think it matters at all about how long this has taken. And actually,
I have been slightly fanatical. If it took a week to do something, it took a week. You would just have to sign that week off.
With a restoration project like this, it takes a long time.
But there can't be any shortcut.
To celebrate the building's agricultural past, Dave's put the old mill machinery behind glass. It's a practical and elegant way to display the working parts of this building that will one day generate power for their new home.
Absolutely perfect, the way that you've kept all the old features and you've just had to build around it, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I think we still have a comfortable living space, you know, which you have to have. I mean, you've got to live with it every day.
And noise-wise, I'm a bit shocked. Because you put the new windows in, fully double glazed, it's so quiet.
Have a try.
Brilliant.
The cost of rebuilding the entire roof and a hefty £25,000 to connect electricity to the mill has meant the funds for the water wheel have dried up. So their dream of moving in and having the wheel turning again will have to wait.
I mean, ideally what we need is we need a break in the weather. You know, we can have a good few solid days on it, if not weeks.
Weeks, I think.
It's, I mean, it's
definitely weeks.
Because it's an engineering project in itself.
Yeah.
You know, just because of the weight of all the pieces. You know, we've got to make all the yoke spokes, we've got to make all the paddles. And the only way we can make them really is on site, on the job, as it's being built, section by section.
You've done the right thing holding off. The question is now, how long have you got to wait for this weather to drop, the water level to drop, and give you the few weeks you need to get the wheel on? And that's turning against the mill. I mean, that's going to be the icing on the cake when it's finished. I think it's brilliant that this mill is going to have a working wheel back on there.
We haven't rushed anything, so we're not going to rush that.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
I love it that Dave and Margaret have never wanted to compromise on this project. Combine this with the 18 stringent planning conditions has meant that this restoration project was always going to move at a slow pace. When I first came here, the ground floor was an abandoned wreck, falling apart at the seams. Dave and his small team have transformed it into a bright, uplifting space. They've raised the floor up to the level of the millstones and have started laying the new wooden floor. Upstairs, the bedroom walls have been constructed with their high glass partitions that will make the best use of the available light, and the ensuite bathrooms are taking shape. This restoration has been a superhuman effort and one that I'm proud to have been part of.
Present your Thrum Mill history book. That this is your life of Thrum Mill.
All right.
Congratulations on your amazing achievements so far, and it is mine. And there it is. There's Thrum Mill. Wow. Full story. Amazing. There's you two. Oh. Look at that, in the end. So that's yours.
Fantastic.
The history of Thrum Mill.
Oh, thank you very much, George.
That's great.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
Cheers.
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 Congratulations.
Thank you, George.
To Thrum Mill.
To Thrum Mill,
yeah.
After nearly 2 years of restoration work, Dave and Margaret now need to raise more finance to get over the final hurdle. They still have to complete the bedrooms and bathrooms, but can only move in once the water wheel is under construction, and that remains their biggest challenge.
What Dave and Margaret have achieved here is nothing short of being unbelievable. And they've always said it'll be finished when it's finished. And you know what, when it is, I can't wait to come back.
5 years ago, shopkeeper Dave and his wife Margaret bought this 17th century Grade 2 listed watermill. They've battled through archaeological surveys and complex planning and conservation restrictions to transform this abandoned local landmark into their dream home.
It's not just about owning it, you've got to have your input into it. You've got to have had the blood, sweat and tears, and then when you've had the blood, sweat and tears, you will feel it is yours and you've earned it.
The planners stipulated that before they moved in, construction of a working water wheel had to start. In order for the wheel to be as faithful to its original design as possible, Dave has consulted specialists in every aspect of its construction.
They're all-time engineers, so they understand, the complexities of that kind of job.
But with only the original wheel shaft left, Dave's embraced modern techniques by galvanising the new steelwork to protect it for generations to come.
I'm hoping that, this wheel, when it's on, it'll last 100 years.
Now, after 5 years of planning the missing piece of Thrum Mill, this giant kit of parts is being delivered to site.
It's absolutely months and months and months in the planning, so it all boils down to now.
Today's really important because we've waited so long. I mean, a water mill isn't a water mill without a water wheel.
Because it's summer, the River Coquet is at its lowest level. Perfect conditions for Dave and the family to unite the new steel with the original shaft.
It's a bit of a battle at the minute. It seems to be testing us.
This is a difficult job because the wheel has to be perfectly aligned with the old building.
We've measured, double measured, triple measured, went away and thought about it and then measured it again.
Dave is using very traditional techniques to construct the wheel and is pushing his body to the limit.
He's had his broken ribs and he's nearly lost his eyesight with his Lyme experience, and every day there's a new bash.
Margaret has so much faith in Dave's ability, but with 224 separate components to precisely piece together, it's a massive undertaking.
This wheel has set us back in a lot. We've borrowed and borrowed, and that's it. We've run out now. It's all gone on that wheel.
The wheel just completely defines the whole project. And it's finally going to look like it used to look 100 years ago.
It's been a year since I was last at the mill, and I'm back to see if Dave and Margaret have completed their ultimate challenge.
So is the wheel on?
The wheel's on?
It's on!
It's on now,
At last!
It is on.
That's really exciting, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And what was it like getting it here?
It's
tough.
Tough, yeah.
And then actually constructing the wheel, what was that like?
Long and arduous.
Did you do it?
Yeah, we did it, yeah.
Right.
Did it all ourselves, yeah.
That's a major engineering job, that is. And there it is, in all of its glory.
This majestic water wheel, the very heart of the building's original design and function, is turning again for the first time in over 50 years. This is a beautiful piece of precision engineering and craftsmanship. At 14 feet in diameter, the wheel took Dave and his team 6 months to construct and restore.
You've made history.
That is an absolute replica of what was there. It's the original hubs, the original shaft, that was what was there for over 100 years.
All that hard work has paid off. It's been worth all the blood, sweat and tears.
It's been a hard slog, but it is a beauty.
Can we get it going?
Yeah.
Come on,
Come
I'm
on,
like a
then.
kid in
Come
a sweet
on.
shop.
Come on.
Off we go.
Huge moment. Like, there she goes, look.
There, oh, she's away.
There she's off, look at that. Look at that. That is fantastic.
Made me cry the first time I seen it, George.
The power. You know, the power of the natural forces of that river to drive the engineering and the architecture at that pace. I mean, the amount of energy you'll get from that would be brilliant.
The river powers the wheel at an average pace of 10 revolutions a minute. At this rate, the 32 paddles can comfortably produce 8 kilowatts of energy per hour. That's enough to power 80 light bulbs.
You built that, and that. I mean, it's like...
Yay!
Oh, well done. Happy days. I mean, no matter what this builder's throwing at you, you just get on with it. You're a grafter.
Yeah. Cheers, George.
Cheers, George. There's a
Do
property
it.
for everybody, you know, and everybody might look at it, but there's always that one person who buys it and has a vision, and they're the people, you know, that see it through.
We are just ordinary, normal people, and if we can do it, anybody can.
You're going, aren't you?
It is.
Well, I'm going to drink the champagne.
To us.
Cheers, Dom.
Cheers, you.
Cheers.
On my last visit, they'd spent £125,000 and the mill was far from being complete. Now they've spent a total of £160,000. The ground floor is now fully transformed with 3 millstones embedded into the floor and the rotating mechanism takes centre stage.
Well, George, this is it.
And it is
Welcome
looking
to our lovely home.
absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
What
Like
a great
it?
space.
Yeah,
Look at this. Spinning around in your front room.
Fall asleep.
I know, I could.
Yeah.
Just dragging my feet around.
You can just listen to the rhythm of the wheel in the water.
Because you know that that's connected to what's going on outside,
Yeah.
that's connected to the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the building's really engaging with all the natural elements.
Margaret has lifted the spirit of Thrum Mill, styling their new home in a sensitive and traditional way. Upstairs, what was once a derelict space is now fully lime-washed. The new bedrooms and en-suites have been beautifully designed using glass in the rafters, allowing natural light into each room.
To be able to lie here and look up and see all these beautiful timbers over your head, and then to be able to look through that glass and see all that timber work and all the detailing that's gone in to this old building.
Yeah.
Spatially, it just makes it 1,000 times more interesting. So what's all the scaffolding up here for then?
This is the annex to the mill. It's our next project, George.
You two just don't stop, do you?
Uncovering this building's turbulent history has been a real treat for me. Margaret has also discovered a secret historic gem, once concealed
It's all
within
looking
its
very
very
smart
walls.
and very lovely, isn't it? The
Got something else to show you though, George.
You got something else?
Yeah.
What is it?
This is very exciting. Dave found these in the kiln.
In the kiln?
In the kiln, in the wall.
Yeah, they were just in a wee little box. They were glass slides. I mean, it's from the early days of photography.
And you've had these printed from them?
Yeah. This man turns out to be Lord Armstrong's nephew who inherited Cragside.
You're kidding
Henry
me.
William Armstrong. Why was there a glass slide of him in the kiln at Thrum Mill?
That is such a powerful connection with the history. There's a
He
bit of
looks
likeness
like
there. If I was taking a little touch on you there.
I was just going to say he
And get
looks
a bit
like
of
a
your hair
hard
back.
worker, but you've just
Yeah, he is, he's a
confirmed that.
grafter. Historically, it keeps
it
getting.
does. It does.
All the time.
Thanks to Dave and Margaret, it's safe to say that after a 5-year battle, Thrum Mill has been saved. Through all their efforts, endless drive and their ultimate love for the building, they've now earned the right to be called custodians of one of Northumberland's historic treasures.
But I've got something to give Dave.
You've got a present for Dave. You didn't know about this, did you?
No, I didn't know anything about it.
Let's unwrap it.
Wow, what's this then?
There we are, Dave. This is
Let's
you.
have it. Some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, others make it happen.
All right. All right. And that's me, is it?
That's you.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, that's not from me, that's from your missus, mate. I think she deserves a hug for that.
Oh, come on, Peter. Well, I'm touched. So where are we putting that then?
Well, probably
Before you
I love it. You two are turning away because you're both filling up. I love it. They're both looking at the wall because they're both getting really emotional. I love it. He's desperate to get out of shot.
I'll be all right.
Give her a hug.
Oh, come on.
Quick. You've made your mark in history. You've done it, and you've done it together, you know. Powerful stuff.
It is.
You think the journey you've been on and what you've achieved, it's incredible, I think. Incredible. You should be proud of each other.
Shut up, you. We've been married for years and years and years. So.
You're the restoration dream
So
team.
we know each other, you know, each other's thoughts processes. You know, she knows and I know what she's thinking, so, you know, usually.
I know what he's thinking and I'm usually thinking, oh no.
Dave and Margaret are a brilliant team. Dave is the relentless grafter who, no matter what the build throws at him, he never ever gives up. And Margaret has that magic touch to create a really sensitive period home. Now, they regard themselves as being the lucky ones, having the opportunity to save this building. But actually, it's the building that's lucky, having such incredible guardians. This is one of the best projects I've ever seen. Why?